Hello, YouTube. How we doing? I'm finally just about ready to start the stream. Hang in there. You won't believe how long I spent. I went into the game and I had to screenshot every single creature icon to make this tier list, because I made a custom tier list on tiermaker.com. So we be in this. Alright. Let's get started. Here we go. Get OBS out of the way. So, yeah, we're about to start this. So this is my tier list so far. I think Spotify is a little bit loud right now, at least in my ears, probably not in yours. It's fine, it's fine. Oh no. Here we go. Calico Steel. We got a foot of snow right now. Yeah, I had to call off work because the roads are icy. We only got like 3 inches where I am, but I live in the South United States, so that's a whole lot for where I live. It's really crappy out there right now. It sucks. But it should be good tomorrow, so it's fine. But yeah, so this is the tier list we have so far, and as you can see, I painstakingly screenshotted every single icon for every creature in the game right now. I didn't keep count, like, how many there actually are right now, upwards of 100. I know that much, but you know. So, literally, I'm just wasting time right now. I just want to hang out with you guys. So this tier list isn't gonna be super serious. Pretty much the only things that I'm taking into account when I'm ranking the creatures are my personal preferences. So these are really just gonna be like my totally subjective personal opinions on all of the creatures, kind of based on either how much I use them, how much I like their design, their playstyle, you know, in reference to how I play them and stuff, and just generally how much I personally like them. So I'm sorry if I don't rank like one of your personal favorites super high, but these, you know, personal opinion and all that, you know, don't be witch hunting out there being rude for opinions. I'm just, you know, making fun and not going to be like super serious about this. Over 130, holy crap. It's something like that. I'm not surprised, but just looking at all of this, I'm like, how much time do I really have? But yeah, so we're gonna go alphabetically. I'm just gonna start, you know, with Eris and then go down the line. I'm pretty sure these should all be in alphabetical order because I screenshotted them in order. Pretty sure I didn't forget anything, but if you notice that I did, then just tell me and I might go in and grab it. And probably put it in F tier just because I'll be frustrated. But you know, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Jeff in S tier? We'll see, Gino. We'll see. Oh my god. Hi, Mortis. Okay, so we're about ready to start. So, we're just gonna go ahead and start alphabetically. So, Eris will be the first creature on the tier list. So, Eris, it's a pretty decent creature overall. I do enjoy playing it. And I guess, you know, a little ego boost, it is the YouTuber exclusive tradable creature, so I mean, it was definitely a moment of pride when I finally got my first one. Overall, I mean, it's definitely not the strongest. Its ability is busted, but I know they're planning to nerf it at some point, probably coming up pretty soon here. But I really like the design. The only thing being that with the religious imagery, as a lesbian, I'm kind of intimidated by it, and I feel like it's trying to convert me to Catholicism. Like, you know, my distant great aunt who lives in Ohio right now, so, you know, kind of bad vibes there. But I think I would give Eris a solid A tier to start out. I do really enjoy playing it, and I do like how it looks. So yeah, we'll put it in A tier for now. And as we go through here, it is possible that, as I'm comparing creatures to each other and how I rank them, I might be moving some creatures throughout the tiers as I change my mind or think about it, but we'll take it in stride. Biased, yeah, maybe so. Okay, next up, Heeello. Also, if I pronounce these wrongs, then first of all, leave me alone and mind your business. But it's fine. I'm just pronouncing these the best I can. Heeello, straight up, Heeello is A tier. Just I know right off the bat, it's an axolotl dog. Like, what more do you want? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you don't know that Heeello is A tier, then you know what? You do you, and that's all I have to say. Gay axolotl, A tier. Heeello. So, I really don't have anything super prominent to say about Heeello. I used to main it for like AFK farming and stuff, but then I switched my main to Kiwin, just because I think it's cuter. Heeello, I mean, as an apple deer, it definitely looks unique, I'll give it that. The Necro Poison surprises me every time that I try to attack one, so I mean, that's a good ability on it, I think. Otherwise, I don't play it that much. It doesn't super stand out to me. I never really get the craving to play it, so high C tier, low B tier. Might put it high C tier, might move it to B later. We'll see. Alcoxu. So, Alcoxu is super cute. The goat eyes really freaking creep me out. The goat eyes, like, look at me and promise me a premature demise. Like, I'll die in 7 days after I look at this thing in the face. But otherwise, it's super cute. I love its, like, buck teeth, tusk, fang things. It's like a rabbit and otter and stuff. I really like the inspiration behind it. It's just super cute. Really nothing to behold gameplay-wise. I just run around and, spam call and act cute. So, B tier, I guess, just because it's really cute. Omelis. I think I've played this thing once when it first came out. Oh, D tier, just, I don't know. I don't think I have, like, many strong opinions enough that I would really differentiate D and C tier, so I just keep it with a C tier and then go straight to F tier, because I either don't feel strongly about something or I absolutely hate it and put it in F tier, so D tier is just kind of whatever. But anyway, Omelis, I've played this thing maybe once. I'm pretty sure it doesn't really have any ability beside something like bleed defense, which, everyone and their mom has. I mean, I think it was like the first Galaxy Gotcha creature, ? If my memory serves me right. So I do, it kind of has like this wizard pondering his orb type design going on. And it's unique, I'll give it that, but I just don't care for it that much. The design doesn't super hook me in or anything, so I'm going to put it in C tier. Ani is honestly, I know now, especially with Archelium, who's definitely, and Yura, are more support creatures, but when Ani first came out, like, it was super one of a kind, the only, non-damaging creature, total healer, pretty cheap, comparatively, and it's like a little alien cat. I love it. And every time I think of Ani, I think of my Ani on the mic video. And, I think Eddie did good with this one. I really like the inspiration behind it and how Eddie transferred it from his own lore, his own creation, and, gave it to Sonaria. Kind of incorporated his own lore there, so I'd give Ani an A tier. I do really like playing Ani, and, just, it's good to hang out because you don't super get targeted or anything because you can't hurt anyone. But yeah, it's just nice to heal people. Alinus. So, for the... if Karuku is, like, the Gucci of Sonaria, I guess Alinus is, like, American Eagle or something. So, I was once a humble American Eagle shopper myself, and reblocked a slap on his bald head. Oh my god. Um, yeah, Alina's, I mean, I do really like the design. It's like a big phoenix, just about, but I mean, its stats aren't really anything to behold. It's really not the best for PvP, if you're trying to defend yourself or fight anyone. I'd probably put it in B tier. I do appreciate it, being the beta exclusive there. But, yeah, Mortis, it's a little bit stinky. See, it's not quite C tier, because I do like the design and enjoy, like, growing them and just kind of hanging out with them, but, Archanax. This thing creeps me out. And I know this is... I was, thinking of the tier list earlier, and I looked at Archanax while I was screenshotting the icons. And I was like, you know what? This thing's... It's like, okay, the dinosaur is there. I get it. But it's like... I just look at this thing, and it's like, it's weird, like, scissor claw hands. I don't like it. It's like a really mutated, deformed crab. Yeah, it really needs a remodel. I definitely agree with that. Otherwise, I can just kind of picture it with its stubby, clawed hands just reaching out to me and handing me an expired Williams Sonoma coupon. And I'm like, what do I do with this? And it's like, figure it out. So I'm gonna put Archanax low C tier. I kind of don't get it. Not quite F tier, like, I don't feel F tier. Okay. I might explain how I'm kind of thinking about my tiers right now. S tier is like the best of the best. I main these creatures, or I love them so much, have like a personal connection to them. A tier is like just generally, good creatures. Like, I enjoy playing them, but they're maybe not my favorites, but kind of my next go-to if I'm just palling around. B tier is like neutral positive, like not really strong feelings, just, not real strong feelings. That's pretty much it. C tier would in turn be like neutral negative, not strong feelings, but I'm kind of not really my thing. F tier, though, is like the worst of the worst. I see these things, I attack them on sight, I hate them. Maybe I play them a little bit myself just to be like a nuisance, like an annoying menace. But, like, I see these things and I feel, like, rage bubbling inside of me. So we haven't gotten to F tier yet, but pretty much, if I don't feel strongly about something, it's either going in B or C tier. So, it'd be like that. Ardor Warden. So, honestly, I don't think I dislike any of the Wardens. I think, they're all, like, inspired in their own way and have, like, really unique designs that are... appropriate for their purposes and season. So, Ardor Warden, even though it's not, like, Wardens in general aren't my favorite to play as, I just really, really like how this thing looks. Like, call me a furry, fine. Maybe so. But, like, this big badger bear thing, I just enjoy looking at it. And I'm not saying that, like, Ardor would make, like, my ideal tattoo design, like a headshot with, like, the antlers and everything, but I might just have to contact the concept creator about that and see if I can work something out with them. It just looks really cool. So, also being kind of one of the stronger Wardens, I'd probably put it in A tier. I like it more than B tier, to be honest. My mods are bullying each other. Gino, be nice. I'm putting Gino in... Hold on. I'm putting Gino in Gino tier. And I'm making you gray. Because you're being meanie head. I'm putting Gino in Gino tier. So... Anyway, moving on. Geno tier is official and permanent now. Uh, Airinoa. These friggin' things. Every time. I don't play aquatics that much, or even semi-aquatics, but every time I go into the ocean, or lake, or whatever, these things are like there, and they're ready. They don't know anger management. They don't know fear. They will come after, like, a fully grown Cyro, like, totally unprompted, and then when you kill them, they, like, get super pissed off and, like, expect you to apologize for them, even though they started it. Airinoa is just... I don't know if I would give it F tier, C tier maybe. Because, I mean, I do kind of like the design. It's like a creepy fish. And I get it. But, man... that's probably going to be our first F tier. Like, I have not had good experiences with Airinoa. Annoying, yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Airinoa, it has the exact same model for each age. I've never noticed that, but honestly, I know how the devs do the models, like, for the ages. Like, they start out with the adult model, and then for each stage thereafter, or, like, before it, they just remove artifacts and details, and, like, Airinoa doesn't really have that many to begin with, so, yeah, I guess it doesn't look that different between, age stages. Arsenos now. So, Arsenos, I do really enjoy Arsenos. I don't play it that much myself, but whenever I do, rarely, I do have a lot of fun with it. It has Fire Breath, which I think personally is the best breath in the game, just for, damage sake. It does pretty good damage, just, in biting someone. I like the design. It's really creepy. I definitely see, like the fiery, volcanic aspect of it. I guess A tier. I will say, the screams of the damned emit from this man's heart. And you know what? I can kind of appreciate that. It's like, he screams his heart out. But you know what? He has a nice smile, and he has a firm handshake. So, yeah, I think A tier is pretty good for him. Astrophy. Astrophy, if this moth stealth area sleeps me one more time, I'm gonna have to get medicated for narcolepsy or something. Like, I'm gonna have to be referred to, my primary physician. And be like, why do you keep sleeping? It's like, no, this freaking moth. Like, I'm telling you, this moth sneaks into my room and just, like, farts in my face, and I can't stop it. Like, I just pass out. I can't help it. So, Astrophy, I mean, like, honestly, for tier 1, like, its toxin is insane. Like, if anything bites you, even if you get one shot, you leave them with, like, 12 poison. Just, like, one shot. That's insane. And just going up and, like, ankle biting with it. Honestly, ankle biting with Astrophy is really fun. But yeah, it's such a pain to kill. Like, it's really fun being the ankle biter, but then being on the receiving end of the ankle biting from an Astrophy, like, I'm ripping my hair out. So, I guess B tier, just because, like, I don't know, I think it's pretty evenly balanced between the positive aspects that I see in it, and also, like, how deranged I feel when I have to try and fight one. So, it's... Ugh. God. If you get one-shotted as a poisonous creature, the person isn't affected. See, that hasn't been my experience. Like, when I bite an Astrophy and one-shot it, like, I'm still left with that, like, insane poison. And that's how I know, like, I've been an Astrophy and killed it. Because, like, I'm left with that insane toxin. So is that, like... Would that, like, be a bug, or... I don't know, that's just my experience with it. I think if you get one shot, you still get, like, that poison and stuff. It's weird. But, yeah, B tier for now. Axothen. So, Axothen, I don't know, there was like a whole controversy or something about like its design coming from a different game, and I'm really not well versed in that, so I can't really comment on it. But yeah, I guess like I didn't really care for the previous design. However, the redesign that came out, like watching this girl's glow up was a life-changing experience in my opinion. Like if you've never taken a kid, or if you've never been to the princess makeover experience in like Disney World, like her redesign was kind of like the budget version of that. Like actually, like I don't know, it's super pretty. It's like a feathery fish, feathery galaxy fish. So I'll put it in high B tier. Just like I really never play it, but it's just nice to look at, I guess. Should I like start ordering these? I'm just kind of like, placing them one after another, but I guess like if I want to, while we're still early on, I can kind of like compare them to each other more. I'm just gonna rearrange a little bit here. I like Ani a little more than Aisho more than Ordor, and that's about right. I probably like Alcoxu more than Axothen, Allinus more than Alcoxu, Astrophy more than Axothen, so yeah, low B tier. It's still nice. Adeline more than yeah, so that's right about now. I'll try and do that and keep up with it. Bizu. Okay, so I guess I have to pander to Mortis here a little bit. So, yeah, Bizu. Mortis, do I really have to do this to you? I do like Bizu. I do like it. But it's a Bizu. So I think we have to I think we have to do it to him. I think Bizu has to go right here. I think Bizu has to go in the B tier. I think Bizu has to go in B tier. Get it? Get it? Cause Bizu is in B tier because B in B tier, Bizu's in B. Yeah, so yeah, it's a pun. Anyway, moving on. Beluvaraptor. So Beluvaraptor. I'm gonna be real. Similar to Bizu, like anytime I play this ankle-biting menace, like the power I feel is as real as it gets. Especially like going up, biting someone until they freak out, and then like running around a corner and going invisible. And I think people really forget that Beluva has the invisibility ability. I didn't like saying that. That it has invisibility because they have no idea where I went. Like, ever. So, yeah. Beluva, I don't know, it's really fun to just be annoying with it. But it's not really one of my, top favorites, so probably also in B tier, but like high B tier. Right under Bizu, because I don't think Bizu can leave like the top of B tier, because I'm funny, I swear. I went to clown college and everything. Beluva is pain, but it's fine. Bengon. I've never seen the movie Blackfish, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. What does this have to do with Bengon? Not much. C tier. Probably better than Archanax, just because it's not but ugly. I don't know, it's just like I've played it maybe once. It's non-existent, yeah. I guess underrated's a way to say it, but I don't even know if it's underrated because I don't play it. So I'd probably put it above Omeless. Just I'm really not into that design very much. It's cute. It's like, you know, a little seal, whale, sea lion thing. C tier. It's fine. Boreal Warden. Jesus Christ. Boreal. I remember the first time I saw this thing in game. I was playing like a baby beluga. I was like hanging out in dunes. This thing came up, you know, like out of my render distance, just like appeared in front of me. Was the like largest thing. I mean, actually, it's the tallest creature in the game. This thing came out of nowhere. I didn't even say anything to it. I didn't make a noise. I didn't move. It just started clobbering me, and I didn't do anything. I just stood there and took it. So this thing came up and like clobbered my baby beluga in like 2 hits, maybe. And it killed me. And I thanked it, honestly. So Boreal. And the design is like super awesome. Like it's. Yeah, it might be an S tier, honestly. Like I don't play it just because it takes so long to grow. And honestly, like the camera and, you know, walking around and getting around stuff is just kind of a pain when I'm playing it. But like, I don't. Yeah, it's just, it's so strong. Yeah, S tier. Honestly, our first S tier. Like, it's just, it's really freaking good. Horrendous to color manually. Agreed. Hard agree. Yeah, customizing that thing is a nightmare. But, yeah. Um. Do. Boscuro? Boscuro? I'm gonna be real, when Boscuro came out, I think it was paired with... Is that the mutation gotcha? It came out with... How do you say the other one? Emiaorn? Imiorn? Something? It's around here somewhere. I don't know. I honestly cannot remember the difference. Like, I haven't played either of them, really. I'm pretty sure Boscuro is the one with the earthquake ability, which super surprised me when one was trying to fight me when I was playing a Satri, and I'm pretty sure it earthquaked me, like, out of the sky, and I was like, oh my god. So I guess that kind of gave it points. It made it stand out, but otherwise, I don't know, it doesn't really strike me that much. I don't know, I put it in, like, upper C tier. I'm just really indecisive about it. I just don't really have much experience with it, and I don't see many people playing it. So it just kind of... It kind of exists, but, you know, I'm pretty sure it has a cool ability. So that's something. Breakwek. Oh boy. Geno tier. Breakwek. Honestly, and I'm right, first of all, when I say this, Breakwek was the safe option. Breakwek is the safe starter option. It's an herbivore, it's a flyer. It used to be like the fastest flyer in the game. It's kind of fruity, like me, so I can appreciate it. But yeah, it's the safe option, not the option that I went with initially. Kind of regretted it, but put it B tier. It's kind of cute, but they exist. It is the safe option. I'm telling you this right now. It is. So, a low B tier. It's fine. Buffalope. I wish I had one or knew how to use one. I wish I had a soundboard that I could use right now and just play the "look out, I think Moto likes you" kind of freaking sound, because that's the only thing I hear when I look at this thing. I'm just like, oh my god. I really appreciate that, you know, it started out as a joke, and I think like the concept art was like, is probably like one of the best pictures I've ever seen in my life. And the devs like went through the trouble of actually implementing it into the game. It's just really fun. It's a fun idea. It's silly. It's not supposed to be serious. So, I mean, I don't know. I appreciate the thoughts behind it. I don't play it myself. I just pull it out, when I want to be cursed and like creep my friends out with it. But it'd be like that. Oh, Brex are pack healers. See, I literally have no idea how that ability even works. Like, I don't think I've ever used it before or have ever been benefited by it before, so I'm really not even considering the pack healing ability. Just packs need a buff in general. Okay, Bukan. This thing, like the teeth, like the smile, whenever I look at it, immediately it looks like a mustache. And like that kind of style mustache makes me think of like a motorcycle cop. So I'm like, just give this man some aviators and put him on a motorcycle and send him on his way. Otherwise, he exists. Yeah. Really don't like Bukan. His face just kind of creeps me out. Not as much as Archanax, but yeah, low C. I'm just not feeling it, man. He has a motorcycle cop smile. It does. It looks like a mustache. Okay, Kittapati. Oh, it's just a lovely little cactus rat. That's all there is to it. Like, you don't need any more than that. And honestly, like this little dude has a mission. I'm not privileged enough to understand what that mission is, but you know what? I really appreciate it. It has to go. I have to put it in A tier. Probably like a little bit less than Arsenos, but I do really enjoy it. Just cactus rat, cactus kangaroo rat. Yeah. Chamai. I mean, it's cute. I've honestly played Chamai more than I really expected to remember. I've definitely played a few Chamai pods, like just specifically, and that was vibe. It was good times. But specifically, like, for how many times I find Chamai pods, Chamoy, Kamai, I don't know, it's EI, I'm gonna say Chamai. But, yeah, for how many times I've seen Chamai pods, like, in the game, out of, like, any other underwater creature, it's weird. Like, if I had a nickel for every time I was beaten senseless by a Chamai pod, I'd have, like, 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of weird how often I see them. They're sea pancakes. And there's, like, a whole... I guess there was kind of like a meme in the game for a little bit. My Smurf pancake, yeah. Yeah, I don't feel negatively about it, so I'm gonna put it probably right below X-Men B tier. Yeah. Yeah, it's cute. Chrysos. Honest to God, something about this boy is just devious. Like, mischievous. Like, I don't understand what is up with his beady little eyes or what he's planning. But I know Chrysos is going to be committing japes, the likes of which will surely vex me. And... yeah, I just don't trust them. I don't trust them. I'm probably gonna put that in C tier. Just like, is a naughty boy, just a naughty little creature. Citrulantis, I keep saying that's just what I say when I'm thinking. It's fine. Had a Chrysos run up to me, bite me, and then book it, and I was so intrigued by it. Yeah, that's pretty much, that is really the experience with any Chrysos, I think. Yeah, but Citrulantis, I mean... it's a watermelon giraffe. It exists. I think the idea of its ability, like the restore ability, is pretty neat, but I just haven't really been in such a pinch that You know, I was sitting there and was like, oh, I really wish I had a Citralantis around here to help me out. And it's, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of cute. But, and it's, yeah, I just don't know. I don't see very much of them. And I think out of the Photovore gotcha, there's just quite a few that I would even rather get duplicates of than get Citralantis again. I don't know. I'm like, eh. Yeah, giraffe has citro in its name, which means lemon in French, but it's inspired by melons. Yeah, why is that? I was like, it has the citrus thing going on, but I don't think melons are have like any citrus in them. I don't know. It's not. No, I wouldn't put it in an F. Just yeah, just seriously C tier. I like it. I like its design more than Anomalous, but yeah, they're just kind of there. Oh, Coddle. Coddle, my beloved. I'm. I gotta tell you what, I'm here for the aesthetic. I'm here for the gothcore. Like the scene punk rock, gothica, gothita thing. It's a sheep. It's a sheep, and I love it. It's puffy, and I can make really cute skins out of it, and I really like customizing it. Coddle, I don't know, I just like looking at it. Like, I think she works at Hot Topic, so she'd ring me up at the Hot Topic register, and I'd talk to her about, like, the buy two, get one free Nightmare Before Christmas t-shirts, and we'd really be vibing. I don't know, I trust her. I would trust her with my life. So, definitely A tier. Probably, maybe just below Arsenos, but, like, a little more than Cantipati. I like Coddle. Oh, the Poppy palette. Yeah, I forgot about that. I got that too. I haven't really used it that much. I used it in like a customization, like a skin contest one time. It didn't win, but I mean, it was fun to use. Um, Creative Paratina. Um, Clown. C tier. Somewhere around here. It's kind of high C tier, but Clown. Clown. That's about it. Ooh, Cryptoff. I really like the Cryptoff. At first, when I saw its design, I had no idea, like, I thought that its entire head was, like, the mouth. Like, I thought it just had, you know, like, kind of insect pinchers for the mouth. And I thought that, like, the entire, like, front of its neck and body was its head. Because of, like, the false eyes and stuff. So I thought that was kind of ugly. But then I realized, like, its skull was the head, and I was like, oh my god, that's really cool. It's just super, super beefy. So, like, along that kind of line of thought, I think Cryptoff is, like, kind of the strong, quiet type. Strong, silent type. So it's like, if I were, you know, hanging out in, like, a bar or something, and I was being harassed, you know, like, some guy was, like, coming up and harassing me and not leaving me alone, Cryptoff would be the man that I pretend to know for protection, even though I've never met him before in my life. And you know what? I think he would be cool with it, and I think he would walk me to my car and make sure that I got home safe. So, you know what? I trust him. I put him in A tier. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Cryptoff. I probably like Cryptoff a little bit more than Arsenos. Not as much as Ardor. But, like, I don't know. It's just the vibes. It's the vibes. It really is. Dysura. Ooh. Love this little kangaroo. I really like Dysura. I think it's super cute. Its little, like, candy corn horns. It seems... I don't know, Dysura seems like, you know, it's a funny little fellow. He reminds me of, like, you know, Alice in Wonderland or something. So, you know, I would probably, you know, I would follow this little fellow into his den. And then, you know, he'd probably be playing, like, the roles of, like, the White Rabbit and the March Hare and the Mad Hatter, like, and the Queen of Hearts, like, all at once. I don't know, I just think he's a funny little dude. I put him in A tier. I think his design is a little more furry bait than Cantipati, so it's furry. Stop. Yeah, it's furry, so it's definitely more furry bait than Cantipati, obviously. So it appeals to me personally. So yeah, it's going in A tier. That's all I can really say. Let me see. Diocrine. Diocrine Auto S. No. No, I would not say Diocrine Auto S. I'm sorry. No. I'm not making Dio S. No. I can't do that to myself. Diocrine, I don't trust the little arms. It's neat otherwise. It's creepy. It's creepy and I do enjoy that. But it's just not an S tier. I don't use it very much. I like its mouth. It's creepy. Diocrine. It's not S. It's not S. I'm telling you right now. I'm not putting... I can't do more than B tier, honestly, with Diocrine. Like, I do enjoy it. It's kind of funny. It's just not one of my favorites. It doesn't really super stand out. Dio sounds like bongos if you tap them lightly? What do you mean? Okay, I think just for that comment, Gino, I'm gonna, like, bump it up a little bit. I probably do like it more than Buffy Lopi anyway. Yeah, B tier. I'm sorry, it's not an S. I'm sorry. No, it's not A either. It's just not. I can't. Oh, yeah, the in-game calls. It's just kind of like a burp. I think they sound more like a burp than bongos, but you know, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Doragonics, we're moving on. Doragonics. The amount of times that I've had a Dora try to save me from starvation, like, by giving me its tail, and it really didn't help that much, but, like, I'd honestly owe many lives to them. So, so Doragonics is, like, it's adorable, its poor little ability, its poor tail, it's very fitting, it's cute, but, yeah, I don't know, I just enjoy Doragonics quite a bit. I think I like it a little better than Coddle. I think I'm a little more personally attached to Doragonics than I am to Coddle. But I like them. Dragonixoria. I mean, you know, I can... Hola, soy Dora... Doragonics. Jesus. Dragonixoria. I just have, like, there are no thoughts in my head when I look at it. Dragonixoria is just a food source. Yeah, seriously. It's like I see these things and, like, even if they're full grown, they, like, just get immediately killed. I think the only time I've played Dragonixoria is when I get one from a random trial creature token. So, yeah, it's really right there with Bingon. Like, it's there. I respect the waddle. It just kind of waddles. It's thick. It's not a dragon. Yeah, it's seriously not. God, but yeah, it exists. It's not S tier. It's not. I can't do it. It's not B or A either. It's just, it's there. It's fine. It runs like a chicken. Anyway, okay, moving on. Imphiens. God, we are, like, not even halfway through. What did I get myself into? Imphiens. Honestly, Imphiens... It has a good breath. Like, I think the ice breath is right under, like, the fire breath. It's not quite as good. But I do like that ability. It's like a tier 2. It's kind of... I'm not putting it in B just yet. But, it's just an ice wolf. It's like an ice wolf unicorn. What is L tier? God. It's a crystal ice wolf. Like, I do like its design. It kind of feels a little cartoony to me when like compared to other creatures, but that's not like even really a negative. I don't know. It's a pretty solid B tier, I guess. I don't. Yeah, it's more than, yeah, not as much as Astrotheed, but I like it more than Diocrine. So yeah, I'm your mom tier. Or just leave me alone. I can't be here anymore. I can't do it. Yeah, I guess Imphiens is kind of a furry bait too. Kind of a little bit, not as much as Dicera, so it's fine. Eulope. Specifically, like, okay, so Eulope has an uncanny resemblance to an imaginary friend I had when I was like 3. Like, I have the vaguest memories of it, but I look at this thing and it's just good vibes all around. So I think I would trust Eulope with my life. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Like, Eulope is definitely A tier. Not quite S tier just because I don't play it that much, but like, yeah, right under Aisho. It's high A tier. I really like it. Not, yeah, no, not quite S tier. I'm so sorry. Oh, but speaking of S tier, my poor little Hong Kong Uvius, my child, my baby. Oh my god, my little scrungly goo. Uvius is straight up S tier. Honestly, I like it more than Boreal. Boreal is awesome, but Uvius is like top tier, A tier. I love this thing. Its sounds are perfect. Its calls are perfect. My poor little Honkook, I say that with like, the highest respect for this thing. They're so annoying. They're so annoying, and that's why I love to play them. Like, even when I go against them, I can't be mad just because I love them so much. They're, 4 little wings. Stamina is kind of crap, but it's like, oh my god, I love it so much. S tier, that's all I have to say. Yeah, I love Uvius. Like, I haven't played it in a hot minute, and now that I'm thinking about it, like, I really want to play it because it's been a while. But yeah, Uvius was definitely one of my mains for a long time. I would never put Uvius lower than A, Mortis. I don't know why you would, like, have so little faith in me. Duck. Oh my god. Okay, Exterry. So, Exterry kind of reminds me, like, when I look at this guy, he's creepy as all hell. And I know that's exactly what they were going for. So, like, mad respect to the creature creator who designed Exterry. But whenever I think about it, it makes me think, I don't know if it's like the teeth and kind of like the nose, maybe, but Exterry reminds me of like a kid who was probably like bullied in middle and high school for, not being conventionally attractive or whatever. But now it's like, talk about like glow up, even if not physically, like glow up, like they were bullied in high school, right? But now they're the scariest judge in the system, and they also serve as the jury and the executioner. And I'm just proud of them. Like, I think they're living their best life. So XD definitely goes in A tier for me. Like, they're super strong, like, just in general. And so creepy. And, like, the aesthetic, I'm just kind of here for it. So, I think I like them. I think I like them more than Ardor, honestly. Like, I played them quite a lot for a hot minute there. They used to overpower Kins. Yeah, for real! It was insane. So it's not really the golden age of Exterry anymore, but I definitely super like them. So, Heeello. Faye, I do like the ability. I think its ability is super unique to, reflect attacks, and it really catches people by surprise still, even though, they're the only one that has the ability. Heeello. But it's like, otherwise, like, other than the ability, it doesn't really stand on its own two scythes or whatever. It's like, I definitely like the mantis inspiration behind it, and the design. I've played it maybe once or twice myself, so I can't, honestly put it in A tier by my own personal standards. But I think it could, make B tier. I think it, it would be a little below Exithan, but I mean, yeah, it's like it. It's fine. Yeah, spoon hands. God. Gino, don't tempt me. Maybe I will put Jeff and Gino tier. It's fine. Gino wig snatched bald now? Yeah. Gino smooth head. Everybody, share this, like this video, and subscribe to my channel to slap Gino's bald head. Anyway. Okay. Ugh, Fernafly. I appreciate Fernafly. I appreciate them. I do. So, understand that it's not a personal attack against Fernafly when I say this. But Fernafly, the I identify as an attack helicopter jokes cannot come back. I'm just telling you right now, I can't do it again. I can't. They've already started making a comeback. I've seen them in chat, and I can't do it. So that alone, I feel so bad because I was really excited. It has like the most unique gliding animation ever, and it's just so stupid. It's cute, but I identify as an attack helicopter jokes like just automatically. It's going in high C tier just because of that. It would be, like A or B before, but I can't do it. I cannot condone the helicopter jokes. I can't do it. So, Flick Split. If I could make seagull noises right now, I would. It's just a bird. It's a golden bird. And it has, golden breath. And it's cute. It's cute. It's very annoying. Like, it's definitely, an ankle biter, breath spammer. Does your Pringles can? Yeah, you're tripping, Gino. I do not have Pringles can, but God, I wish I had Pringles right now. Yeah, it's a mosquito bird. I like the design, and I think it's fun to ankle bite with, so I'd probably give it high B tier. Oops. Yeah, I think I like playing it a little more than Owlina, so just for that, I don't know, I can appreciate it. Phyluff, I'm gonna be real. I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know why specifically Phyluff, but Phyluff gives me some serious Auntie Barbara vibes. Like, this girl, she's a little older than middle-aged. She has 4 kids who are all, like, in college or moved out of the house. She's bringing a casserole to your neighborhood potluck, and it smells like socks, but you have to be polite to her. Like, you just can't be mean to her. That's why she has, the guilt ability. Because, like, if you're mean to her, then it's like, she'll, like, get all kind of misty-eyed and teary-eyed, and she'll be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and, try and hold it together, and, it's just not nice when you hurt her feelings. So, probably A tier. I don't know, I just like the Aunt Barbara chicken pigeon thing. I enjoy it. Probably A, B thing, but, yeah, A tier. Kind of low A tier. Gara Warden. I feel viscerally unsettled to my core whenever I look at this thing. Which is, very fitting. It's the friggin' Halloween warden. So, of course, it's supposed to be creepy. I'm pretty sure it's, like, supposed to be based on, like, like, demons and, like, imps, specifically. But yeah, like, the teeth, man, I look at this thing and I feel unwell. It's meant to be scary, yeah. And it's definitely creepy. I really like the calls and the animations. I think it was really put together really well. So kudos to the animators and the modelers for that. It's, as a warden, it's not really strong. I think it's on par with the verdant, just for stats and stuff, something like that. But it does have a breath. The only thing being with the breath is how badly the bleed status effect was nerfed. So honestly, whenever I'm attacked with this thing's breath, it doesn't really do that much. So I think that was a little bit disappointing in my opinion. But I'm gonna give Gara pedicure. Oh my god. Yeah, I wanted a Carney too. Yeah. I was a little disappointed with, is it an Irby or an Omni now that I think about it? It's an Irby, right? I think it was weird. I don't know, that's not like a big deal. Anyway, but yeah, I'd put Gara somewhere in B tier. I think, yeah, better than Flick Split. Like, I do enjoy it. It's a warden, so naturally it's gonna be, like, cool just in general. But, I don't know. I don't really get the, oh, wardens shouldn't be carnivores because they're like guardians and stuff. I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential for a carnivore warden, but I mean, if that's part of the lore, then so be it. Then I can kind of understand that. Ghibli. Ghibli. Ghibli is going in S tier. Because Ghibli, oh my god. Ghibli was my first developer creature, and it was honestly one of the first creatures that I super, super wanted to get when I first started playing the game. Because one of the people in my friend group who actually introduced me to the game had Ghibli. And so they were nesting, and I was like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. Like, the sleep effect, the sleep ability, the poison breath, like, it's so good. It's really good. It's strong. OG ability spammer, it really is, but it was so OP back in the day. But, like, yeah, I don't know, it's just Ghibli. It's one of my mains. I've loved it. It has a really, really special place in my heart, so I gotta put it in S tier. Love it. S tier. Oh, hey, Zoto. Shout out. But, someone said something. Sorry, I'm trying to find a comment. Someone was... Oh, Yoa said, is this tier list ranked by strength or looks? Both. Yes and no. I'm really just ranking these creatures about whatever emotions they personally evoke in me when I look at them. I'm really not being serious or trying to be comprehensive. I'm not ranking them really super based on PvP. It's just how often I play them, how much fun I have playing them, how much I like the design. I don't know, just overall feelings. It's like a completely subjective tier list. I'm just having fun with this. Gloricus. I have a question for everyone about Gloricus. Does Gloricus look French to you? Because it looks French to me. Like, the whisker mustache thing looks French. Its beady little eyes look French. Like, I look at this thing and I hear it go ho 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 ho, and in that stupid, like, stereotypical laugh. I can't get it out of my head. I don't like how it's looking at me. It looks French. So I'm just right there. I'm gonna put it, like, in C tier. I can't. Yeah, it looks French, or like Italian. It looks like French Italian, kinda. It's, yeah, I don't trust it basically. Not being mean against, like, French people, but it's just, like, it reminds me of a caricature, basically. It has caricature vibes. Null Rock. First of all, of course, I named my first Null Rock Dwayne. Um, Null Rock, honestly, I really like the breath. Like, for a Lana creature, its breath is so freaking strong against flyers, and especially, like, breath spammy flyers. So, if I'm ever, like, KOSing as a flyer or something, I have to be so careful about these things. I think people have definitely learned how to counter it with other, like, Apex creatures. But yeah, that breath, and just in general being, like, bulky as hell. Like, No Rock is a really strong creature. And honestly, I do like the design. It's like, like a Cyclops golem. Yeah, giant golem skullcrawler, exactly. I just really like looking at it. I think it's neat. Its animations, its walk, how it walks is super cool. It has a lot of weight to it. So I really enjoy No Rock. Um, it'd go somewhere in A tier. I'm trying to decide where to put it. Probably, I think Arsenos is a little more sentimental to me than No Rock right now. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah. Gramos. Gramos, however you pronounce it. Like, I think its in-game description says something like, oh, these gentle giants, travel around in hoods. Gentle giants, my behind. I am terrified for my life whenever I see these things in the wild. Like, they make me so uncomfortable. They make me so furious. Like, I will unapologetically and ruthlessly target baby grams. I hate this thing. I hate it so much. It's going in A tier. I'm not putting it in F tier. I can't do that to Graham. It's a classic. It's seriously, like, even to this day, like, definitely there have been creatures added that can counter it, and especially like ankle biters, like, and poison. There's definitely counters to it, but it's just a classic. I can't. As angry as they make me, it's, yeah, I can't put it lower than A tier. I can't do it to it. Something. I do think I personally like No Rock more than Grandmas, but it's just a really solid A tier creature. One of the strongest for sure. Gyrotis, and that is how I will pronounce it until I die. Gyrotis. I really like Gyro. It's a dinosaur limited. It looks like a freaking dinosaur. That's the whole point. The earthquake ability is so good. I know it's not the first one who came up with it, but being a tier 5 with the earthquake made it really strong. Even though it's not really a hard hitter or super bulky by itself, it's definitely, more of a hit and run because it's ambush multiplier and it's like the fastest tier 5 or something like that. I don't know, and it's super regal looking. Like, personally, I love drawing it. It's one of my favorite creatures to draw. So, I have a lot of good feelings about Gyro. Especially the fact that, Gino and Mortis are here. They know, like, one of our best friends, pretty much mains the Gyro, so it just has good overall vibes. I have good associations with Gyro. Every flyer's nightmare, absolutely. And as a flyer main, I can attest to that. But I really like it. So, where am I gonna put you? Pretty high up, honestly. Not an S tier for me, personally, but honestly, probably right below Eris. It's really good. Like Kaya moments. Yeah. Gyro. Love it. Holoqual. Honestly, by itself, Holoqual doesn't have a lot. It really doesn't have a super standout ability. Its ability complements it super well. It's the fastest flyer, and I think, what does its ability do? It does something like it makes you faster while slowing down the creatures around you, and that's come super in handy. I definitely think, it'd be pretty OP with breath ability, so I can understand why it doesn't come with that, just by itself. But putting a dragon plushie on this thing, like, oh my god, you become a menace in the sky. So Hala, I personally would not put it in S tier. I'm sorry, I can't do S tier, but it's definitely high A tier. I do really, really enjoy playing Holoqual. But it's not like I would never, not never, but it is not one of my mains. So probably right below Gyro. Above Owl, like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, Owl is B tier. But, yeah, Hala is definitely A tier. I enjoy it. Heeello. This one's for you, Mortis. Heeello is going up here. Heeello is super S tier. Like, not the strongest. I guess Boreal is technically the strongest. But it's, like, one of the strongest wardens. Its design, I love its design. I love its, like, kind of skull, blank and hollow face. Like, the horns are great. Its walk is great. It's long and kind of spiky, and its tail mouth, it's so good. It's so strong. It's great to look at. It's great to play. And I love the Heeello. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's definitely my personal favorite warden. Like, Boreal might be stronger, but I just enjoy the Heeello experience a lot more. Yeah, I know it got the weight nerf and stuff, but it's still, like, even besides that, like, there are so few creatures that outweigh it still. I don't think it really affected it that badly. I think it is more balanced now, and that was, like, the entire point of it. But yeah. Himokai. Okay. Hikoshi. That's all I have to say. I'm not elaborating. I'm not. I can't. I hate that thing. Hikoshi. So, like, were any of you guys alive, before the 2010s? Not to sound like an old person, but, specifically, like, online, that, like, 2006 to 2011 scene core rave obsessed wave that took the internet by storm, where everyone was, like, drawing their emo wolfosies with glowing neon fur. Yeah, Hikoshi would, like, be my ideal robot emo wolfosie. So I have to, like, put it in A tier. It's really cool. Like, the hype around it was so real when it came out. I'm not sure how long it was, like, between it being revealed as an official creature or accepted design and then actually being implemented in-game. But I know people were, like, waiting and, like, hyping it up for a hot minute. And honestly, like, I can't say it didn't live up to the hype. Like, I think it's a really neat creature. Maybe not as powerful as people were expecting it, like, as a standalone, but I mean, like, with its poison, and especially, like, putting a dragon plush on this thing, like, that makes it super OP. It's really good. So, A tier somewhere. I'm trying to decide. Probably more than Cryptoth. Maybe not as Ardor, maybe not as much as Ardor, but yeah, somewhere like there. Of course, she's really cool. Hushike. I have received more bleed from these little insects in flyby bitings than I have, like, any other creature. These things are so annoying. And it's like, they're kind of not as bad as, like, Aranoas, like, in the water, but it's like, I don't know, like, they will come after you for no reason. Like, they have the same, I don't know if it's like a, Chihuahua mentality or, like, small dog mentality. They think they can take on anything, and they will, like, go after you. Yeah, Heeello go brrr. Hushike, yeah. It's... it is fun to play, and honestly, I think I definitely fall into the, small dog mentality. Like, when I play Hushike, yeah, I also attack everything in sight. Because it's like a... Is it a tier 2? I don't think it's tier 1. I think it's tier 2. But, yeah, it doesn't take long to grow, so it's, you know, sacrificial lamb, kind of. But, yeah, they're annoying. Oh, Hush with Dragon Plush. Oh my god, for real. I have not encountered that yet. But you know what? I'm gonna make it happen next time I play. So... Oh, this is an outdated model. I forgot to add that. Sorry. But, Ikoran, something. Definitely with the redesign, oh my god, it looks so much better. Like, I thought, like, you know, even the old design was, like, pretty cool. It was definitely original. But its new design is so elegant. Like, lion type thing. Ikoran. And, like, the new stats and stuff. Like, it's actually pretty viable now for tier 2. I think it's a tier 2 also. But yeah, the redesign definitely now bumped it way up for me. I played it a couple times since then. Definitely not one of my mains. I probably put it in low A tier. It's pretty good, yeah. Yeah, and, you know, the fact that it's the mascot of the game, you know, that's a cool little tidbit. I think it needs more hype as the mascot. I do think it's underrated, even still with a redesign. And people were telling me how to pronounce this before. Imiorn? Something. This thing. Apparently, it's really strong. I think this one has the ability that's like, I can't remember what it's called. It's the ability that slows your attack rate. Like, have your attack rate if you bite it, because you get, like, a sticky mouth for some reason. Apparently it's really strong, but I haven't played it, like, more than once. I got killed when I was a teenager and was like, eh. I don't know, I just have not had sticky fur, thank you. Yeah, I just haven't had much experience with it. It just kind of exists. I think it's honestly a little bit forgettable with Boscuro. I think I like Boscuro more than this. It's like kind of mid-C tier for me. Probably below Chrysos. I just really don't have any strong feelings about it. Best for defense, yeah, I guess seems kind of bulky, but yeah, I don't know, it just didn't really stand out to me when it came out. Oh, Yadonhell. You guys know me. If you even, like, you know, glance at my channel for 5 seconds, like, in my friggin' icon. Yeah, Yadonhell is S tier. Like, even, you know, it's been nerfed to hell and back, kind of. The water breath versus soak ability, that's like a whole controversy that even as like a Jot main, I can hardly even weigh in on. It's just, I think, one of the best looking creatures in the game, and you know it's because I'm a furry. It's absolutely furry bait. And it's a seal. It's a lion, seal, kingfisher thing. It's really... I love Jot. I love it. I love it so much. It's, you know, it was like, when I first started the game, I started playing in like June or something last year. It was like besides Gramos and Kendile, I think, it was like maybe the third most used creature before like all the nerfs and stuff to CoS with. And I fell in love with it, even though I got killed by it so much. I just love Jot. I can't really explain myself more than that. Bow down to the jaunt. Yes, you guys get me. You get me. God. Okay, before I get, like, emotional about it or whatever. Commodie. It's a bird with perfume. That's pretty much it. I really don't have a lot to say about the commodie. It's pretty. It's a pretty bird. It's a bird with perfume. That's about it. Kendile. I really like how this icon... And the icon now in-game is actually like the old design. I'm not sure why. But this icon was definitely like messed up with the artifacts not loading and stuff. Kendile, yeah. After the redesign, I mean, Kendile was, you know, like one of the OP creatures before the redesign too. But after the redesign, the fact that, you know, it's supposed to be like a dinosaur like crocodile. The whole, like, why I pronounce it like Kendile is because it's like, you know, the crocodile and alligator type thing. If you can't look an alligator, and by extension a Kindle, in the face, and understand how there is absolutely nothing in that empty head, and you can't appreciate that, then don't talk to me. But, yeah, Kendile is a classic. I really like, the redesign catered to me personally. It's so good. It looks so cool. I love crocodiles. I love alligators. It looks amazing. I love it. It's definitely way up here. Maybe not as... honestly... kind of equal with Gyro. Super high A tier. Something right around there. Karuku. What was the joke I said earlier about, like, owl and a Karuku? Oh, yeah, yeah, Karuku is the Gucci of Sonaria. I guess not quite as much anymore, now that a certain new creature has been released. But, yeah, Karuku... Wow. It took me a hot minute to get this. I got my first Karuku before I was, like, a good minute before I was a content creator. I got it when Heeello first came out. I traded Heeello for someone's Karuku, and they added a Boreal, because, like, even as expensive as Boreal was after the first Christmas event, yeah, Heeello was super coveted for how expensive it was. But yeah, good deal back then. Karuku, it's really PvP. It's not super viable. It's not really strong. It's not supposed to be. It's a tier 3. Electric Breath got nerfed super badly. I honestly, like, I was a little bit sad about that. But, yeah, it really, especially now as time goes on, it serves as a flex and not much else more. But I'll tell you what, I'm in love with my Glimmer Witch's Brew palette Karuku, and I really like playing it. I do like flexing, so it's definitely going in A tier. I like the design, and I don't know, my ego gets in the way. Probably right under, or maybe right above. I don't know, something like that. Chemador. If you don't turn off your radiation, I will find you, and I will KOS you. That's all I have to say. Catherall. Have you guys, like, okay, think about, you know, your most recent times playing Creatures of Sonaria. Have you guys ever seen a grown Catherall in-game before? Like a fully grown Catherall? I see these things, like, as babies, and I see them picked off fresh from spawn, like as a food source, but I think I've maybe seen a fully grown Kethril twice in game. Like, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've seen someone playing a fully grown Kethril. Honestly, like, I mean, I'm pretty hyped for the redesign. Like, that lava magma inspiration, like, makes it look so cool. But yeah, like, I mean, stats, I don't think it's really anything to behold. It's just kind of there. I like, the huge claws, like the scissor hands. Most bloodthirsty thing to exist in the galaxy. See, I don't even see them in game. Like, I hardly ever see them being played. I played them once from, like, a random trial token and got, like, killed immediately, even though I was fully grown. But, yeah, it's just... yeah, like, middle C tier. It's just kind of there. Kiku. Roadrunner from Looney Tunes. It's getting a much needed redesign too. I'm really excited for that. I think the redesign is super cute and definitely plays more into, the bird, kind of Australian bird, emu, Rhea looking thing. It's a stick bird. It's pretty much all I have to say. It's just kind of there. I kind of like the design. I think it's like a silly design. But I do like the redesign that's coming out. I'm excited for that. Kiwin! I love Kiwin so much. It's a kiwi. It's a little fat bird. It's my main for AFK grinding, and sometimes I just play it just because I like looking at it. It's so silly. It's a kiwi. That's it says here. I can't. It has to be. It can't be any lower. It's a kiwi. Caridian. I'll tell you what. When I first started playing and was like looking through the Sonaria wiki about like all the creatures that I didn't have yet, Caridian was probably the one I wanted almost the most, just based on the design alone. I'm not really sure what stood out to me so much, but like the dinosaur brightly colored deer design, I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I need it so bad. And I finally got it in one of the gachas, and I've never once played it. And that kind of makes me sad, like, now that I say it out loud. I've never once played the Caridian. I've maybe seen Caridian once in-game, someone else playing it. I still like the design, but it's like the experience is just not there at all. So, super low B tier, I guess, like, bordering C tier. I don't know, it kind of makes me feel sad, because I'm remembering how much I wanted it, and just, like, I've taken it for granted. Nalriki. Nalriki is like a stereotypical cartoon villain. It's a sharp mongoose. It's a weasel. It's got some good bleed. It's like a snake rat thing. I don't know. I kind of like the Nalriki. It's creepy. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of, snaky. It exists. Probably put it like right above Diocrine. It's also just kind of there, but I enjoy seeing them in game. I enjoy seeing them slink around. Kohiki. Can you imagine if this thing were real? Can you imagine being on like a deep sea dive? Not free diving. You can't do that like that low, but like in, deep sea dive in a submarine, like looking out the, little pod window, and seeing this thing with its oddly human face just looking back at you, and then you get up to the surface and you tell them about it. Like, if you even took a photo or like drew it, no one would believe you, but like everyone would believe you. You know, like, this thing is like a hell spawn. This thing is so creepy. Like, it's going in my thalassophobia compilation. This is why people don't explore the ocean, because we're gonna, like, find this lurking even deeper than we've been before. It's creepy. But also, it's, like, really cool. So, I enjoy it. I think it'd be, like, low A tier. But yeah. It's a goblin shark. Like, that was the inspiration behind it, I'm pretty sure. And those things are super creepy, obviously, but, like, this with, like, you know, the bioluminescence and, like, just the teeth and the bleed, and oh my god, it's pretty strong. I mean, you know, for a sea creature, I think, you know, it's decent, you know, as a time creature too, for the time gacha. It's not super expensive, but, you know, it's pretty balanced. Coipis. Coipes. Coipice. I don't know. Coips. I don't know. I'm trying. Do you guys, like, did you guys ever watch My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? Not to, you know, mix fandoms or anything, but, like, if you've ever watched it, do you know, like, that subspecies of pony that were, like, there's something, like, about them with, like, hippogriffs? Like, they could turn into hippogriffs, but they lived in the ocean. Were they literally just called sea ponies? Yeah, just sea ponies, I think, but sea pony. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Chorister. I don't... I don't care how mean or how ravenous or how much Corsair desires to eat my flesh. I will pet the good boy. It's a cactus dog. It's a cactus dog. I'm gonna pet the cactus dog. I have to pet the good boy. Cactus pupper. Cactus doggo. Yes! Yeah. It's good. I like it. It's, you know, just the right amount of creepy. It's a living cactus. But, like, I love it. Probably not as much as Cantipati, but it's like, oh, they're like, you know, two little cactuses together in A tier. Oh my god. I like Corsair. Griffin! Okay, Griffin, first of all, A tier. Somewhere around here. Probably, like, here. But Griffin was, in fact, my very first flying creature. I got it, you know, like, maybe the second day that I was playing the game with my friends who introduced me to it. And I was so excited to play a flyer, because I've always liked flying mechanics in games. I'm a flyer main. That's just how it be. It's adorable. It's cute little plushy face. It's not good for much else, but it's adorable and it's a flyer, and it holds a very special place in my heart because it was my first sky creature. So it's cute. A tier. Creepreek. This thing, also when I first started playing, this was the thing that I was most afraid of encountering in the wild. This thing creeps me out. I have a personal thing against teeth, like tooth horror type body horror, and the eyes are pretty creepy too, but like the teeth, the human freaking teeth, it's so creepy. And I love it. You know, it's like, that's the entire point. It pulls it off really well. So I do not enjoy looking at it, but I definitely appreciate the artistic inspiration behind it. And it's, yeah, pretty much B tier. It does what it's meant to do, and it does it well. That's Siren Head, but it's a dog and sideways. Stop, that is so accurate. I hate that. God almighty. Kiki. It's very cute. This is, oh, Kiiki is like the, Kiiki is the hippogriff to Quape's, sea pony. It's like, yeah, I like it. No, I like it more than that. But, I can't put them together even though I want to. It's, you know, it's very cute. It's pretty. But I'm gonna be honest, its ability makes me want to bark at it. Like, bark, 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 bark. Like, I hate the ability. I really do. It's kind of pointless. Like, if it got a buff, sure. But I think it's like 1/10 and the cooldown is super insane. So it, like, never works. I don't think I've ever gotten the ability to work. So I think it's just kind of a waste of an ability, how it stands right now. Yeah, probably, you know, below Faye, above Chemai. Something like that. You're able to change the whole weather, but it never works. It's like a 10% chance, so I don't know. Why is Archalium down here? Do we... Well, okay, I guess Archelium got mixed up somehow. So we're just going back to A really quick. So Archelium. Honestly, I was super looking forward to the Archelium to come out. Like, ever since I saw the design. And it was a hot minute that it was in development for. And I know the hype was real. The inspiration behind its design is, like, mwah, like chef's kiss. 10 out of 10. It's based on, I believe it's a Japanese art form. Excuse me if I'm wrong. I'm probably gonna, like, Google this right after just to make sure I don't mix up, like, the cultures. But it's called kintsugi. And it's the art of, like, taking a broken piece of pottery and mending it using gold. So it's, you know, the kind of existential idea of beauty in mending, or, you know, finding the beauty in broken things and, you know, fixing it. I don't know. It's a noodle dragon, yeah. It's very pretty, and I definitely like the inspiration behind its whole design. I'm not really familiar with its ability, Cloud Breath. I think its breath gives, like, the same status effects as, like, using mud. So it's a support creature. I haven't really played it that much myself. A couple times. I just think it's really super pretty. Definitely A tier. A tier design. Well, actually, like, S tier design, but because I'm not super familiar with it in gameplay, I'm not gonna rank it any higher than just A. Something like that. I don't really know. I'm kind of iffy on its placement. It's very pretty. Hygos. Oh yeah, the newbie. It's another really big dog. I like Hygos. Hygos is actually the first creature, I mean, just recently, the first creature that I'd kind of seriously tested in the tester world since content creators regained access to that. So I had a lot of fun with that, like, right before it came out. Hygos is freaking insane. Like, it is so strong. Like, something like 5,000 health, really good weight, like 1,500 weight or something, 15,000 weight, and 800 freaking base damage. So yeah, it doesn't have a lot of health. Glass cannon is a pretty good description for it. I agree with that. But holy crap. I mean, like, even as a glass cannon, like, honestly, I was playing it and it can go toe to toe with just from like the damage alone, it can go toe to toe with a whole lot of like big hitters and just like take them out. But yeah, CoS is crazy, and especially with how many there are, like, you know, flooding the servers right now. Yeah, if you have a CoS raid, then you need to get out of Dodge. Yeah, devastating bite for real. Like, that's accurate. CoS is definitely an A tier. I do like the design. The animations, the sounds are really cool. The calls, yeah, I like CoS a good deal. Oh yeah, the Sonaria can murder it, like, easy, but I don't really think that's a problem. I think that just means it's not... It is an apex, it's not the apex. Yeah, Sana's weight and stuff is devastating. But yeah, I mean, it's just super strong, just overall. Like, it outclasses, like, so many other creatures. I don't think, you know, standing up against Asana is really a big, negative to it or anything. Larachu, however you say it. Larachu sounds too much like a Pokemon to me. Larachu. I mean, for not even an herbivore, for a photovore, it's super strong. It has like 400 damage or something. Pretty bulky. It is, you know, it's one of the photovores that can definitely stand up for itself. So it's really good with defense. And honestly, I would like to petition the developers, just for me, specifically, because it would mean so much to me, if they could include, you know, not just a sound effect, you know, for hitting someone, you know, the typical, like, bite sound effect, but just specifically for the Larachu, a sound effect of someone just biting in viscerally to a head of lettuce. Like, can you imagine, like, just the raw crunch of biting into this thing? Yeah, I just want that, like, the ASMR, like, crunchy lettuce sound just for the Larachu. But yeah, I think I'd probably give Larachu an A tier. It was also another one of my mains for AFK grinding before I had a private server, because usually if you're like AFK as a Larachu, you're less likely to be attacked as, you know, like an Ahalai or a Kiwin, just because, like, if you stop being AFK, then you can probably defend yourself. Yeah, something like that. Kind of low A tier. This freaking thing, Lysicius, something like that. Lysicius. So, Breakquack was the safe starter option. This was the correct starter option. Even these things... I'm joking, I swear. But, these things definitely remind me of the Arainoa. Not quite as just raw annoying, but these things have no self-preservation also. Mostly because I don't know if it's people, like, pretending to be new players, or if it's just genuinely, like, new players coming in and, you know, learning the mechanics and learning their place in the food chain. But this little thing, like, even playing as, like, a friggin' Sigmatox the other day, I saw, you know, a little Lysicius come up and just start chomping at me. Like, they just come up and they just come at you. No holds barred, like, no hesitation. They will, like, attack anything that moves. And you know what? I respect that. I really do. I think it's illegal to kill a baby defaultlessly. Yeah, I agree, Gino. Like, even if they're, like, ankle biting you, I think you just have to let them. I think they should be allowed to ankle bite, like, whoever they want. The grown ones, like, you can put in their place, but, like, as they're growing up, I don't know, something socialization. Yeah, I think Lissy is, yeah, probably bottom of A tier. I just have a special place in my heart for it. Lamaco Lamaco. These things, I think, I don't know, I've had trouble with playing Lamako and then also fighting against them. I think something is a little bit off kilter with their hitbox, maybe. Like, specifically when you're attacking other players as Lamako. Even, you know, as you're running away, like, with the tail whip, I've had, like, bad luck with that. Like, it doesn't seem to hit as often as I think it should. It's kind of weird. But, yeah, Lamakos used to be freaking everywhere. And also used to be, you know, a very popular KOSing creature. I mean, because, you know, they have, technically, the strongest hit in the game with their stomp doing like 1,000 base damage. But one, you know, anyone can dodge that, even if, you know, they're like old and, you know, their joints don't work properly. Anyone can dodge that. But yeah, they were kind of the token like, oh, this is a super huge and super strong creature, even though kind of anything can take it on and destroy it eventually, at least. Yeah, it's neat, I guess, you know, having a long neck dinosaur-inspired creature, too, as an herbivore. And having, you know, those two different attacks, that's definitely very unique. But I don't know, they kind of exist. Also, like, a lot of things outclass them or can take them on anyway, despite their size, weight, and damage. It's like, I don't know, kind of mid B tier. And like high B tier, maybe. Something like that. Lure. Lure was actually one of my first kind of high tier scary creatures that I got from the gacha. So again, kind of a sentimental value thing here. Lure, I do really like the design. I like the glowy kind of cyborg type design. And it really just looks really intimidating. Like those teeth, like the skull kind of mask and the horns. I like the design, and I think it's creepy, has good bleed. Honestly, kind of anything higher tier than it, or even, you know, other creatures of the same tier can take it on. So, you know, not like the best offensive creature, but I just think they're cool. Oops. Keep doing that. Nah, maybe B tier. Kind of not quite A tier for me. Probably. Yeah, something like that. It's basically a lightsaber if you pick them up. Oh my god. I think you had it right the first time, Gino. Saber. Lucidarch. Lucidarch. I really appreciate that Luce has, I don't know to call it lore, but, you know, it definitely has that backstory of, like, being Kendile's, like, arch nemesis. I really like the fungus inspiration. I love its design. Being, like, this fungus rhinoceros carnivore thing. Really creepy. If you have, like, a sensitivity to, I don't know if I would call it body horror, but, you know, just the fact that it's, like, you know, fungus based. It can be, like, pretty gross. But I like it personally. Super heavy. Like, even though it really surprised me, because when I was testing out the CoS, I didn't realize, even though it's a good deal smaller than the CoS, it's super heavy and can pick up a CoS, I'm pretty sure. So its weight, like, keeps surprising me whenever I go against one. I forget how heavy it is. But yeah, I think Luce is something like A tier. Not personally, like, one of my favorites, but it is pretty cool. Say, like, Underground. Yeah, I guess, like, mid A tier. Magnarthus. Oh yeah, the craziest bleeder, 20 freaking bleed in the game. Honestly, with the bleed nerf, it's definitely, you know, not as dangerous as it used to be. It's very fast. It's very speedy. And the no eyes, huge mouth, it's a long weasel dog. It's another thing that reminds me of a dog, and I like it because of that. Yeah, probably, solid B tier, honestly. Not really sure where to put it. Probably somewhere around there. It's pretty fun to play as. Mech Mech. Mech Mech, for a limited creature, is definitely very often forgotten. I think it's a pretty good ankle biter. It's a glider. I'm not, like, a huge fan of the gliders myself, just because it's a little, like, difficult for me to control and also keep tabs on my stamina, but that's a me problem. Mech Mech, it exists. I think it's pretty cute. I really like the color palette. A dinosaur flea, yeah, pretty much. It's just, yeah, B tier, something like that. It exists sometimes. Just right below Brequek, maybe. Meek. I think even more than Mech Mech, people forget that Meek exists, and honestly, I am one of them. I'm definitely guilty of forgetting that Meek exists. It's kind of creepy looking, to be honest. It's like creepy, but so much that it's cute. It's like a chibi little Cyclops thing. So Meek, it's in some of the, the official, like, promo art. I think, isn't it? Like, I'm just putting it there for a second. It's somewhere here. Well, it was. Maybe it was on the, loading screen at some point. But, it's cute, but doesn't really do much else. So, C tier-ish? Maybe? Kind of. Yeah, I really have nothing to... The rip-off Minnowi. Kinda, yeah, it's like store-brand Minnowi. Militrua was freaking scary when it came out. Like, this thing is a tank. Like, much less, the unbreakable ability. Like, that's insane. But yeah, with the health and... This thing's just a freaking tank. The health and the weight, specifically. Yeah, Isopod, my beloved tank cockroach, absolutely. Its feet kind of bother me. I think its feet look a little too cartoony, I guess. I think if it looked, more insectoid, or maybe had, like, little, not pinchers, but, like, sharper feet and not round, stubby toes, it'd bother me less. But I mean, like, otherwise, it's just an electric isopod. It's really, really cool. It's tanky. It's so slow, though. It's so slow, and it bothers me trying to get around anywhere unless you're in water. And unfortunately, the aquatic scene in this map and, with this gameplay isn't top tier. But yeah, I think Millie is pretty high B tier. Not quite an A tier, but yeah, somewhere. Its new ability? Remind me what the new ability... Did Militrua get a new ability? I can't even remember. I haven't played it in a hot minute. If it did, I totally forgot. Because I don't know it. Like, I'm probably not going to change its tier if it did, but yeah, if it did, I'm very surprised. Minnowi... Here, this will probably be my most controversial take. Minnowi is freaking cute. I don't think Minnowi is that annoying. I'm not really sensitive to sounds or anything, so, like, totally, my personal experience. I'm not really bothered even by call spamming. It can get annoying sometimes, but honestly, I think it's just funny. It's not S tier. No, Mortis, don't worry about it. It's not S tier. But, no, I think Minowee's really adorable. And especially now, like, with the redesign, I definitely like the redesign a whole lot more than the previous design, even though I enjoyed the previous quite a lot. But, yeah, this one also, being, inspired by, like a pillbug or a woodlouse. Very cute. Like, the poison and the toxin that they give off is, also super strong. Like, you can ankle bite with this thing and be a huge menace. It's great. I don't like... Definitely, it's like the call spamming is fine. But it's when people are like, oh my god, you killed my Minowee! And, they actually, those people who, like, revenge kill and they bring out their freaking, Sar, like, grandmas because you killed their Minowee. Like, those people who are, like, actually, like, Minowee, like, cultists, I don't mess with them. Like, I don't like that. But the creature just by itself, I think, is completely fine. It's very cute. I would honestly put it in A tier. Like, it really caters to my, like, cute aesthetic. It's fine. Yeah, the guilt, I forgot it had the guilt ability. I really don't think it needed the guilt ability, but I can get the, I get the thought behind it. It's kind of whatever. Yeah, somewhere like by Phyla, we can put the guilt buddies together. Oh my god, we still have so many more to go. I'm losing steam. Okay, we can do this. I might, kind of speed this up a little bit and stop rambling and just kind of place things if I don't have a lot of thought about them. And the reason I say that is Moe, whatever, however you say it, really don't have a lot of thoughts on. It also kind of exists as a food source, though it is pretty strong. Honestly, like, when I've played it a couple times, like, even when things, try to use me as a food source, it can pretty easily defend itself. So, I mean, mid C tier, kind of. Momola. I used to always get Momola mixed up with Astrophy, and honestly, I still kind of do. It's like, the whole moth versus butterfly thing. Momola, I think it's very pretty. I think it's cute, even though its icon is, like, really messed up here. For some reason, it was always messed up when I, went to screenshot it. Momola, it's not quite A tier. I appreciate it, but not that much. Yeah, B tier. It's fine. It's cute. It's pretty. Morinus. I always forget that Morinus exists, and I think its design is kind of creepy. It's like a cow bull with a beard. Like, a really sick hairdo. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't vibe with it. I don't vibe with Morinus. Merlk. I've always liked Merlk a good bit. I think it just looks funny. Like, it's also... Well, it's not based on an axolotl, but something similar. I think it's based on a mud puppy. I mean, granted, it has the mud placer ability, but those things are, like, super funny. Super cute, I think. I really like them. Little amphibian-type dudes. But, Merlk, yeah, it's like, I mean, if mud wasn't broken right now, I'd probably, appreciate it even more. But yeah, I don't know, I like it. It's a nice little support, and it's funny just to see walking around. I think probably. High B tier. I like Merlk. Nemuna. Nemuna is freaking adorable. And again, I'm really excited for the updated aquatic mechanics that are coming out with the new map, but as it stands now, the aquatic gameplay is very lacking. So I don't have much more appreciation for most of the aquatic creatures in more than just design, really, but Nemuna is so freaking adorable. It's so cute. I love it. I really love it. So, Nemuna just in design alone. Probably A tier. It's just cute. Like, even if, I don't super vibe with the aquatic gameplay, I could, exist as it just because I enjoy being cute. Nindir. Nindir was actually, besides Lysicius as my starter, Nindir was my second creature in the entire game. And that was when I still had no idea how to play. And, it didn't have the Toxic Pile ability or anything, it just kind of existed. So, in my other video, I'm not famous, my top underrated creatures, just because I think it's, it has a special place because it was one of my early creatures in my collection. It's definitely underrated. Toxic Pile is, I don't know, not the most useful ability, but I'm glad it got, like, a little bit of attention with a, I think a couple stat overhauls and then that new ability, so I can appreciate that. Just, yeah, mid B tier. I guess just, it's kind of sentimental. It's kind of right there. Oh, did it? Yeah, I guess, yeah, tier 4 to tier 3. Yeah, I forgot about that. Didn't really make a huge difference to me. Norse Cog. I mean, yeah, it's one of the newer creatures, so I'm not, the most well-versed in it. I haven't had a lot of time with it. But it's cute. It's a flying ferret, basically. It's like a little Christmas ferret. So, yeah, it's not, meant to be strong or anything. I don't think it has, a whole lot going for it. In terms of, like, PvP or anything, you just kind of fly around and be cute. But yeah, Christmas ferret, it's good. Probably, like, I think I like Murk a little more than that, but I like it more than Hushike. So, yeah, high B tier. Nyctizen. I always thought it was pronounced Nyctoxin until I actually talked to, Jackson, the dev, whose dev creature this is. But Nyctizen, it's an owlbear. I really, really love its design. It's a sweet design. It has a pretty decent breath. I think Glacier Breath is probably just under Ice Breath because I don't think it has the Frozen status effect or as high DPS, maybe not as high damage. It's not quite as good as Ice Breath. But yeah, just like the antlers, the overall design, I really love it. The Snow Dome ability is super annoying when you get trapped in it, either by accident or because it ambushes you, but it's also really useful to, ambush people with when you're playing as Knight. So, yeah, I have a good deal of appreciation for Nyctizen. So you're going in A tier somewhere. Like a decently high A tier. Probably right above Heeello. I like Nyctizen. Yeah, the infestation of Nyctizen when it first came out. Yeah, for real. Nymphosuchus. I really like... I said it before, with the Kindile. I enjoy crocodiles and alligators, just in general. Like, they're some of my favorite animals. So Nymphosuchus definitely appeals to me personally. It's a crocodile, and it's covered in, like, swamp goop. I think it's a really pretty design, especially with, like, the extra details of the kelp and the algae and stuff, like, and the flowering stuff, like, all hanging off of it. It's a busy design, but I really like it, and it's nice to play as a semi-aquatic. Yeah, Nymph, my beloved crocodile. Exactly. Yes, succus. Nymphosuccus. It's suck. Nymph. Where? I think low A tier. I'm not super attached to it, but again, healthy deal. Maybe mid A tier. Something like that. Probably right there. A little more than Cantipati. A little less than Dicera. It's not quite as furry bait. Well, not furry bait because it's a scaly, but it's fine. It's fine. Nidal. Its nose bothers me. I don't like its nostrils. Otherwise, it's kind of cool. It's like, a pelican. It's like a sharp, clawed pelican that will give you bleed and, like, attack you viscerally. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else to say about it. Nagotalis has never really stood out to me a whole lot, but I don't know. I mean, they're pretty annoying to go against, like, in the sky, and I was part of a Nagotalis, like, flock when the redesign first came out, and that was fun. Like, we took over Oasis. And yeah, we were very annoying. B tier somewhere, probably. Kind of mid-high B tier. Yeah, something like that. Pernirex. Pernirex is... It's just cute. I really enjoy it. When it first came out, I think... Yeah, Pernirex was one of the... Was it? Hold on, maybe I'm mixing it up with Relokai. Was Pernirex like one of the OG Section gacha creatures? I'm pretty sure it was like one of the first ones in that gacha, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a little dude. It has no eyes and no arms, but it's fast and kind of creepy. It's cute and creepy. I like it. I don't know. I like playing as it. It's fun. Definitely A tier somewhere. I'm just trying to figure out where to put it relatively. Something. I think I like Minui a little tiny bit more than Pernirex in design. But it's just a funky dude. Pero. This is probably going to be another one of my more controversial takes. I don't really get the hype behind Pero. I think it's very cute. I like the invisibility ability. But, like, I don't get the obsession with Pero skins and making Pero skins of, like, different creatures. It's easy, sure, but it's just, the hype I just don't understand, really. It's cute, but I don't think it's that cute. B tier, it's probably... I like it a little more than Commodi, but I mean, they're just birds. First Omni? Yeah, maybe. But, yeah, they're just birds. That's pretty much it. Fugu. Fugu is a duck. It's pretty much all I can say. I'm really not the biggest fan of Fugu. The duck, if it was like a cuter duck, I'd like it more, the design, but it's kind of a creepy duck. It's like, one of those like evil rubber ducks you look at and it just stares at you with like beady, soulless eyes. I really don't see it that often. I've played it maybe once. Just... Platypus? Yeah, I guess, yeah. Now with the new palettes, you can definitely, play Parry the Platypus with it. But, other than that, it's a duck. I like it more than Momoa, maybe. Polymonstrum. Polymonstrum used to be my worst nightmare. Like, these things creeped me out so bad. I mean, they still kind of do. But specifically the running animation. Like, when you're charged by a Polymonstrum, like, even if they're going to run past you... are like beside you, they're not even going for you, like you know they're after you. Like it's aggressive. That animation is so scary. And probably it's strong, like it's definitely outclassed now, but it used to be like definitely one of the strongest freaking thing. Yeah, it used to be a Kendall killer. This one, yeah, it was just freaking creepy. It was strong, but man, Polly. So like, yeah, when I got it, it was pretty valuable. It was definitely uh one of the strongest, in a higher class than it is now, since it's outclassed by other things that have more recently come out. But jeez, A tier somewhere, probably mid high. I think probably like with Arsenos. I do like Polly a good bit. I have very creepy memories with it. Yeah, Polly is nightmare fuel, absolutely. Probiki. Definitely, again, kind of an underrated creature. I used to think it was like creepier than I think it is now. I think it's much more cute than I used to think. But I mean, it just kind of, it exists. It's kind of a simian monkey type inspo humanoid. It's kind of uncanny valley, I guess is the best way to put it. It's kind of low B tier just in design, but I mean, they exist. It's kind of cute to come across. Kirugosk. Kirugosk, I think, is definitely, in the creepier. I mean, it's supposed to be. It's like, as a deaf creature, I think, Alert's description of it, when you're going to purchase one, is that the fact that they like something like creepy carnivores that aren't what they seem or something like that. But, it's creepy. I really just love the design. It's great inspiration. Kind of a, just like the vulture culture skull head with the antlers and the spirit flames coming out of it. I don't know. It's just really cool looking. The invisibility ability on this thing is really unexpected, but makes it like even creepier. I used to ambush so many creatures playing as the Kirugosk when I first got it. Yeah, I think Kiru's probably somewhere in A tier. I definitely appreciate it. And I know, like, I'm pretty sure they reused the Kiru's sounds and calls for the Sigma talks. But honestly, they're some of my favorite calls. Like, they are so scary. Again. Like, you know what? Yeah, it's probably, like, right by Polly. Something like that. Let me see. Ralokai. Rat. S tier. The OG rat. Rat skins. The rat skins are real. Reviaton. I did not play the game by the time it was, I played the game, like, by the time it was removed as a starter, so when I started playing, it wasn't one of my starter options. And honestly, I think it really would have been cool if, was Vicissius always semi-aquatic, or did it used to be a land creature? Because in my opinion, I think it would be great to keep Reviaton, like, as the aquatic starter, Brequek as the flying starter, and then Vicissius as the ground-only starter. But I mean, yeah, with the aquatic gameplay, I guess I can see, why they took it out and replaced it, like, just with the semi. It's like, honestly, like, Reviaton's, like, I really like the design. I think it's a sleek design. It looks really neat. Pretty intimidating, but, not nightmare fuel like the Kohiki or anything. It just looks strong and intimidating. Thinking B tier somewhere? Probably something like that. Somewhere. Rukig. Rukid, it's literally a puppy. It's a plushy puppy. It's so freaking cute. I'm not, like, the biggest fan of, like, the idea of the Robux gacha in the first place, but I mean, like, I love this creature. I love Rukig. It's freaking adorable. Like, you're definitely going, like, you're going, like, next to Griffin. You're so cute. Its fluff pile ability is kind of useless in my opinion, because you have to, like, walk through it to be slowed down, and it's so small. But I mean, you know, it's there. It's cute. Sauron. Sauron, I don't know. I was expecting it to be a lot more powerful when it came out than it was, because as it stands, like, with its slow flying speed, I mean, like, you know, face to face, it does pretty good damage, but, like, without a breath as a flyer, it's really not that strong. A lot of things, you can counter it pretty easily. But just, like, the animations and the design, and I keep saying, it's, like, the same thing. It's basically, you know, it's, like, how much fun I have playing it and how it looks. I think it looks great. Like, the zombie skeletal aspects of it, it's creepy. It's a Halloween creature. Of course it's gonna be creepy. And yeah, I don't know. I was just super excited for it to come out when it was revealed, and I was not disappointed. It's not one of my favorites, but it's definitely, I enjoy it quite a bit. Especially when it first came out. Thinking, yeah, somewhere around there. Let's see. Sonaria. Lord, this thing is a monster. And it was like, even, I think, from when it was like first released, it had a weight nerf or something. Because I think when the Sana came out, it could pick up the Heeello. Maybe not the Gram. I think it was only upstaged by the Gramosing weight. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, I don't think it can anymore, but this thing could pick up a Heeello. It was a Heeello killer. It was OP. And, I mean, like, even still, it's really friggin' OP. Like, it's a little more balanced now. But, like, holy crap. And the glowing aspects, like, the geode inspiration looks incredible on it. Like, even, I mean, like, I like glimmers and stuff, but, I mean, just the ambient glow of it, I really enjoy. The fact that it was based off, you know, like, Minecraft, though, kind of hurts my soul a little bit, but, you know, we don't talk about that part. Yeah, Sana definitely A tier. Like, a really high A tier, honestly. I don't play it that often, but, like, I can appreciate the strength, the raw brutality of this thing. It can carry a Heeello now? Holy crap. I know they were, like, going back and forth with the weight there for a little bit. Like, it started out, like, super heavy, then it got nerfed, and then now I guess it got buffed again? I don't know. It's insane. God. Sana. We stand Sana. Sarchius. Sarchius is kind of another, you know, just creepy thing that exists. I think this was the one that was, like, blatantly, not blatantly, that sounds like a bad word, but, that was definitely more inspired by the Skullcrawler, and I definitely see the inspiration there. I think, I don't know, I don't have, like, too many thoughts on the Sarchius. It's creepy. I don't really like the color palette, to be honest. Like, the pink is fine, but it's like, I don't like the green with it. That's purely just my opinion, though, obviously. Sarchius, kind of going back and forth. Kind of, C tier. I don't really care for it enough to put it in B tier, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, Sarhingaro, or Sarhingaro, whatever. Wherever you want to put the stress on the vowel there. Sar, I was so freaking hyped for the Sar. It was, I mean, one being the biggest flyer, like, the only tier 5 flyer. And 3 heads, dude, 3 heads. Like, I didn't know how they would, implement the animations with the 3 heads, but they did really freaking good. Funnily enough, I managed to get the Star palette, like the Star 2nd palette, after Tam was retired. I don't know if that's fixed now and they're officially unattainable, but I was pleasantly surprised by that, because I just happened to meet them in game after they retired. But yeah, Star is honestly, like, I like it a lot, but Star is a huge part of why Uvius is one of my top favorites, because I adore harassing Star mains with Uvius, because with any faster flyer with a breath, you can counter Star, like, you can annoy Star so bad, you can take one down. But, lopsided, yeah, fair. But, yeah, Star, I do like Star a lot. More than Graham, more than these guys. I'm thinking, like, probably with, no, just under High Goss. Man. Okay, Sakurin. Okay, I liked the Sakurin, the initial Sakurin design anyway, but the redesign is so pretty. I love the redesign so much. And also, like, when Sakurin, got those multiple buffs, one with, like, the breath, and then I think it got, like, a huge weight buff too or something, and, like, damage. It was overall just buffed, and it became, like, so OP, and everyone was, like, KOSing as a Sakurin. Definitely not as powerful now, but I don't know, I just really like this creature. It was definitely one of my early favorites before I got my Ghibli and my Jot. I probably would have ranked it in S tier a little bit earlier, but now I think it's just a really solid A tier. And, maybe that's just my flyer main heart speaking, but, probably right below Sar. Man. Shiaro also exists. It's a glider, kind of like Kiwin, but honestly, it's not. The flowery plant inspiration is definitely there more than Kiwin. It's not as cartoony, but it's not as cute. And stats-wise, I mean, besides, being used for AFK farming as a photovore, not really much to say about it. Probably just kind of average C tier. It exists. It's fine. Probably a little below Aholai. I think I like Aholai's design more than Shiaro. Tro. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I don't think I hate them enough to put them in F tier, but yeah, the poison lamps that people will be spamming, they're kind of fun to spam, like, when you're playing a Shro, but oh my god, these things are annoying. I don't know. I think, yeah, you know what? You people are enabling me. F tier. Shro F tier. Stop annoying Oasis with lamps. Real. Okay. Sigmatox. The hot ticket item that everyone wants this New Year's season. Holy crap. The hype around this guy. And I can't lie, I fell for the hype too. I was lucky enough to get my grubby little hands on a species for, a good portion of my life savings. But honestly, it was worth it. This is a pretty pretty powerful guy. Uh, not. I think Hygos stands up to it like pretty well. So he's not, like the most OP creature or whatever. He's not meant to be OP or like, top dog, super apex as a tester exclusive creature, especially like with how rare it is. But I mean, even just the design, it's like a freaky design. It's a really busy design. It's not one of my favorites, but it's just really cool to look at. It's like a Heli version 2 and I'm living for it. I mean, yeah, honestly. And I get, it's like definitely the feeling between hype and stuff of feeling that it's overpriced. Honestly, I gotta say that, like, what people have been buying it for or what testers have been selling it for is pretty fair because before this, Karuku was even, the most rare creature in the game, followed, I think, by Eris. But, like, with as many content creators as there are now with Eris and, getting 20 every single month, it gets less and less rare as time goes on. And the same will happen to Sigmatox, but the fact that testers only get 5, which is just a fourth of, what content creators get for Eris to give away. I mean, and there's not a lot of testers. This is not a beta tester, it's a game tester. An official rank in the Discord now and in the Sonaria group. It's gonna be with, I think, what's the estimate with how many Karukus there are floating around out there? Like, between 20 and 30,000? Yeah, it's gonna be a hot minute before Sigmatox is less rare than Karuku for how many there are in existence. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I do like it a good deal. Not one of my favorites, but I think it's just really cool. And I think it's a pretty well-deserved exclusive creature for testers for what they do for the game. Because, I mean, every nerf, every buff, every balance issue that comes in the game, it's like the testers who are behind making those decisions. So, I mean, they do a whole lot. Thinking Sigmatox, mid-A, maybe I think right above Lucid Arch. And Sphyrnock, definitely, okay, so its breath is really good. I like the breath. However, the design I'm not a huge fan of, and I really haven't played it that much. I think compared to the other Christmas creatures, it is a good deal overshadowed. You just don't see it that often. It's not super strong. It's around. It's a neat limited. I do definitely enjoy how it is made to look predatory or like a carnivore, however it turns out to be an herbivore. I think that's a good bit of like lore and inspiration behind its design. Otherwise, it's kind of just not the biggest fan. But power to you if that is, if it does appeal to you more than to me. Satchery, a flyer with fire breath. It's not, the typical, like, oh, fire-breathing dragon either. It's a freaking bat. I love it. Satchery, definitely, as a flyer main, one of the more fun creatures that I will play as on a regular basis. It definitely bordering between A and S tier for me. Definitely one of my favorite flyers. I do like playing as it, I think, a little bit more than Eris because, besides, like, the ability, I think, like, the breath is just more useful. Like, more offensive to use. I think it might overtake Eris as, like, top of A tier. Not quite to S tier. Cyrodon. Cyruodon, something. Cyro. I mean, honestly, yeah, overshadowed by Gyro. I mean, the fact that it's, purely aquatic, the aquatic gameplay, we've been through that whole show quite a bit. So, it has a lot of potential that I think will be capitalized on when the new map comes out and new aquatic mechanics and all that. But until then, I mean, it's really cool, like, as a tier 5 aquatic dinosaur. It's definitely cool, but I just don't play it enough, I don't see it enough, don't encounter it enough. I like high B tier. I think, more than Militrua. Militrua is still, semi-aquatic, but it's definitely cool. Taurolystris. Honestly, kind of on par with the Kethril. I really don't... I see these things... I see, Toro definitely more than I've seen Kethril. But otherwise, just other than hanging out, don't really use it for anything. It exists maybe on par more with, like, Chrysos somewhere. I used to mix them up, Chrysos and Toro, a whole lot. Therokiss. Another one of the early limited creatures. I think it was with Diocrine. Pretty sure if I'm remembering right. But it's a goose. It's like a dinosaur goose. It's kind of funny like that. But I mean, honestly, like Therokiss and Diocrine, kind of side by side. They're limited. They exist. Therolacus. It's a hippo. And that's about it. It was kind of cute. It was fun to draw for my, I'm Not Famous video. Otherwise, it's not famous for a reason. It's just kind of there. It was fun, like, to play as a semi-aquatic, because, like, even though it's a hippo, I forgot it was semi. But yeah, it's... Probably bottom of B tier, maybe top of C tier. I'm not quite sure about that. I'll be a little generous, though, because I did feature it in one of my animations, so, points. Triboros. Triboros is definitely, I think it's a very fun design. It's, it's a lizard. It's a nicely colored lizard. It's just nice. I feel like I'm getting repetitive at this point, but, we're getting toward the end of the list. And some of these, it's like, they're similar to other creatures, but Triboros, I think, it's cute. It's pretty nice. It's above these guys. Probably not quite Dysphere, but, kind of low B tier. And how do you say this one? Like, Trichilo? I think. Trichilo? Trichilo? I'm gonna go with Trichilo. Anyway. Trichilo, definitely, I think, is more underrated than it should be. I do like Trichilo quite a bit. The Earthquake ability, I think this was the creature that first came out with the Earthquake ability, because obviously it was the limited before Gyrotis. But yeah, for what it is, I don't see enough of these guys. Like, I quite like their design. It's simple. It's like, they're based, again, off of, dinosaurs. But with the ability that it has, and it's not, it's not like a super weak creature or anything. Yeah, I just think, it needs a little bit more love, and, I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying that, because I could, play it more than I have. But I do enjoy Trichilo quite a bit. I'll probably put it I do like it more than Kiki, I think. Truthful by Eva. the second of like the retired dev creatures, which I don't have the second palette for. Not sure if I can get it anymore. So yeah, you know, bad luck. But I was honestly like pretty happy with its initial design. Also, because you know it had like that creepy factor, especially. I mean, the mouth. It still has like pretty much the same mouth, but the fact that it was an herbivore too had a lot of bleed, but it was an herbivore. I just liked that little detail about it, and I appreciate the thought that went into that. That it's not quite what it seemed. But now, like with the redesign that came out, like even though Catboy Nathan retired, it still came out, and I'm happy about that. I think it's I don't think we pay enough attention to the fact that it's the second creature that has multiple heads. Like, it has two heads now, and I never see anyone talking about that. I'm like, are we just gonna ignore that? Like, I think that's really cool. So I think Truth, definitely, you know, for its bleed potential, and, you know, like, not ankle biter, but it's pretty nice to use. Like, even offensively, like, with PvP and stuff. It's definitely A tier somewhere. I'm struggling. Somewhere blue, like Dice Story or something like that. Now, Tundrake. Tundrake, I think, again, like as a flyer, I think it's a really neat flyer. Pretty quick, like, you know, not super hard hitting or anything, but it has Ice Breath, and I gotta love some ice Breath. So, you know, as a Christmas creature, definitely, you know, the snowflake design, I'm a super big fan of. And just in general, like the colors, I have enjoyed playing it. It's just kind of a casual play creature. But yeah, Tundrake, you know, low A tier, type of B tier maybe. I think. Probably put it right above Sauron. Undoli. Undoli is probably one of my favorite Halloween creatures also. Because, I mean, just the I guess the lore behind it, the fact that it's like, oh, you know, it's of another world, kind of like the Sar. I don't know if it's from, I don't think it's from, like, the same dimension or whatever it was that Sar was from, but, you know, it's like, oh, it's a demon that came, and it takes the skin of its first victim, so canonically, like, its first victim in the official Sonaria game, like, where it's released is, the Truthful by Eva. Like, that's the skin that it's wearing, which is so freaking creepy, but I'm like, the fact that they even put that kind of lore or that kind of creature into the game is awesome. Like, maybe I'm just a sucker for, you know, demons and creepy things, but I don't know. I really like it. And the fact that it's, like, the definition of a glass cannon, too. Like, its animations are great. I definitely agree, Mortis. And, like, very strong. Like, just very hard-hitting for its tier. I'm thinking probably put it like above Hikoshi. And Dolly's really cool. Yura. I have mixed feelings about Yura, gonna be honest. Definitely, I mean, I like the design. I know, like, honestly, most of the hype surrounding this creature was the fact that its design was so amazing. And, you know, based on Eastern dragons. And it's really just a beautiful creature overall. But its ability and its stats just don't allow it to be played, super efficiently. You get targeted as a Yura because people know that you can't fight back really effectively, and even a full-grown Yura, as big as it is, as like a tier 4, can be pretty easily destroyed by even, I think, you know, some of the stronger tier 3 creatures, at least in my experience. Like, fighting against and playing as Yura both. So, it's pretty, but I don't know, it can be kind of frustrating to play as just because of how easily you die. I probably have to give it top of C tier. Thinking Foul Curse. Yeah, the previous limiteds, I can't say I'm a huge fan of. It has Fire Breath, which is, you know, obviously pretty nice. It's very fast. It's a carnivore horse, which, I mean, like, now, you know, in hindsight, doesn't super surprise me, but when it first came out, it's like, oh, it's a horse that's gonna be, you know, maybe an Omni, probably an Irby, but, you know, creepy meat-eating horse, I can appreciate the thought behind that, and the creep factor. Just I think at the time, I don't agree so much, but I think at the time I was a little bit worried that with some of the redesigns and with Valkyrs coming out, that the fire volcano magma based designs were getting a little bit overdone. But like I said, now not so much. That's not really a problem. I don't know. I haven't played it a lot. It's just really kind of middle of the road for me. Yeah, mid B tier. Varskella. So again, you know, like with... Actually, I can't remember. Is this Glacier Breath or Ice Breath? Anyway, like, another ground creature with a breath, which is really cool. I can appreciate that. And, again, furry bait that I absolutely fall for. Being based on, you know, I think its inspiration was like, you know, saber-toothed tiger, you know, like saber cat kind of thing. And I'm like really, really tempted to find a reason to draw this guy. Because, I mean, that's right up my alley. But yeah, Varskella, pretty strong. I enjoy that. I really like the color palette behind it too, with the brightly colored, like, icicles that are sticking out of its fur. The super long arms in the middle I could kind of do without, but I mean, you know, just in general, it's still a really cool creature. Skella, where am I gonna put you? Probably below loose, mid A tier. I like it. Tucker said, I felt like a horse didn't fit the fire more, a lion would fit the flames more. Honestly, I agree. Like, a fire-based lion creature, that would be amazing. Oh my god, I want to see that. Please, someone make a concept with that if they haven't already. Okay, Valmora. So, Valmora, I gotta say, I'm a really big fan of Valmora. It's definitely not one of my mains, but, you know, talking about glass cannons, the Val, you know, hits pretty hard. Unfortunately, you know, it had the electric breath too, which was nerfed a good bit. So, not as strong as it was before, but, yeah, the Valmora, and just, like, the design, like, the raptor, just dinosaur bird, it looks intimidating, it's very pretty. Love the color palette. It's really graceful, but I don't know, just like really, really cool design. It's really awesome. Thinking, where do I put you? Definitely like on the high end of A tier. I think, honestly, you know, I can't put them together. But, like, Electric Breath Buddies, I think, you know, definitely up there with Karuku, in my opinion. Thinking, now, Veldora, the steampunk bird. I was a little disappointed that it couldn't fly, but definitely with I mean, it's a machine, like, it can't fly, so that's fine. But yeah, the steampunk inspiration, I really appreciate the particle effects that are put into it, you know, coming from its pores. I think in lore-wise, the fact that it's made from, you know, machines in the Mutation Gacha, you know, from synthetic material, like it's a machine that came to life, like, I don't know if that plays any deeper into Sonaria lore, or if it's just, you know, a design for fun. Either way, I'm fine with it, but it's like, yeah, I can appreciate it. I haven't played enough to really get a feel for its style or how well its stats are balanced against other creatures. But yeah, Steampunk Dodo. The Steampunk alone. Thinking low A tier, maybe high B tier. Yeah, only right by Solrun. It's pretty cool. Venetrox. Before when it came out and its breath was broken and not working, that was super disappointing. But now that its breath is broken, I think the acid breath is also super cool. Like, with the poison just by itself is very useful, but with the deterioration to cause damage over time and also, like, decrease, like, the weight of a creature? Like, come on. Yeah, for... It seems like, I think, super small, like, stocky for a tier 4, but yeah, Vena, I think I've had really good luck and really good experience with it, like, playing it offensively. So, Venetrox, especially paired with, like, any other, even another Venetrox or a different, flyer with a breath. Yeah, you can take out a good number of creatures with Vena. Yeah, its breath is definitely OP. Vena's very, very cool. Again. Yeah, I enjoyed playing Vena more than Star. The fact that it's not, super, super slow to fly. Like, you can actually get somewhere with Vena. Verdant Warden. Gonna be real, Verdant's, or at least certain aspects of Verdant's design creeps me out. I get, for Easter, naturally it's gonna have kind of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, some Christian motifs and stuff. But come on. You don't need to put... It's like a centaur, rabbit, bunny type thing. It doesn't need the crotch leaf. It doesn't, like, the gender dimorphism. It doesn't need the crotch leaf. It doesn't need the crotch flower. Like, when I realized that was a thing, it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. But, I mean, other than that, I mean... I don't know, it's pretty otherwise, kind of. Its attacking animation and its, humanoid type arms are kind of creepy, but it's a warden and it's kind of cool, I guess. But, oh, yeah, too many limbs is definitely an issue it suffers from. Let me see. Thinking kind of mid-low B tier for Verdant, to be honest. Yeah, somewhere. You can be with your other Easter key buddy. Verklixen. Verklixen was actually... Was it the first Time Gotcha creature? Or it came out maybe with... No, I think Viper was the first. Anyway, I think Verklixen was actually the first Time Gotcha creature I at least bought from the Time Gotcha. And honestly, I haven't really played it since, but I do really like its design. It's like, honestly, I think it could have worked if it had, more of an icy, snowy motif in its design. It could have worked as a Christmas creature. But, like, with a Storm Breath, I think Storm Breath is pretty unique. And just as a reindeer, deer, elk, ferret-bodied type creature, I don't know, it's ferret, otter, deer thing. And the fact that it's, like, semi-aquatic always kind of confused me, but I don't know, it's fun to play as, like, even more so because of its semi-status. It's sparkly. It's pretty. Can I do a B tier, maybe? Right above. Ow. Venimortem. Venimortem, I mean... Comparatively speaking, I think, definitely, I mean, I'm putting it next to Theralakis right here, so it's like, I get having inspiration from, real-life creatures and stuff, obviously, with, like, different birds or amphibians or sea creatures to make, a new creature. I think Vede Mortem is a little bit on the nose in terms of design, being based on like Anubis specifically, an Egyptian Jekyll. So, I don't know, I think it could have been a little bit more removed from its inspiration and been a little more, not creative, but, just kind of departed from its source material a little bit more. But I mean, just as it stands, I think the design is fine. It's super freaking strong. Like, it's way stronger than I anticipated it being. With, like 400 damage, and it had a good amount of weight and health. Like, there were multiple times when it first came out that I was destroyed by a Vede, not expecting it to hit as hard as it did. Thinking... kind of B-ish tier, mid-B tier. Thinking about it. Yeah. That's fine. Vinru, and I'm not sure, like, are they just intending to keep the Vinru's name Vinru, or are they at some point gonna change it to the design name of, like, Kalawaka, I think it was? Anyway, I think, while the initial Vinru design, I really enjoyed it, I think it was very cute. This design is just, it's a lot cooler. I very much enjoy the complementary colors of the blue and the orange, but also the stark contrast of it, like, on a darker body and acting as, like, accents and highlights. It looks really cool. The sand breath, honestly, well, the fact that it can, I think they fixed the bug, I'm not quite sure, but that bug where sand breath could, like, permanently blind you, that was pretty annoying. Not intended. But the fact that they also made it all-terrain, and made it semi-aquatic as well as, like a grounded and flyer, like, I don't know. I'm not sure, like, why they decided to make it semi, but I'm not really complaining. Like, I enjoy playing all-terrain. Just makes it easier for me, and I think it's, it serves its purpose really well. Not so much as an ankle biter, but you can definitely play offensively annoying and have a really good time with that. Again, maybe A tier? Pretty sure I do enjoy it a good bit. Probably, like, right there with Tundrake. Oh, only a few more. Ystora. Ystora is just kind of the token chibi, very cute bunny cat creature type thing. Yeah, it's very cute, but it's not really meant to do much else. I don't think it has any other abilities. I don't even know if it has, like, bleed, defense, or bleed or anything. I don't think so. But yeah, Ystora, it's just there to, be nice to look at and be cute. And, be like the innocent little bunny for all the big, carnivores to hunt down and kill. So, I don't know. I'd probably put it at a C tier. It's cute, but yeah, doesn't really stand out. Yamatu. I think Yamatu, actually, when I first started, was one of the newest creatures that had just come out and was released, like, into the gacha. So, I know, like, its ability is it has, like, a stun ability or something, but it's, like, I really, besides, when it first came out and when I was, like, earlier playing the game, I really haven't seen anyone playing the Yamatu at all in recent months. I think it's been definitely overshadowed. But while it was, hyped up and while people were paying attention to it, I think it was pretty fun to play as. It was, a quick carnivore, had, like, a neat ability. It was, like, really nice to annoy people with, even if you weren't, like, attacking. It was just, being a nuisance. So I think Yamatu. No, B tier. kind of, yeah, something. Yiba Edie, or Yeba Edie, something like that. Yiba, honestly, I'm a little disappointed that it's not a semi-aquatic anymore. I know, like, it really never made sense that it was in the first place and was a mistake. But I miss semi-aquatic Yiba. Hashtag bring back semi-Yiba 2K2022. But, yeah, Yiba, I mean, design-wise, I don't know, it reminded me of something, but it's like on the tip of my tongue and I can't quite remember. Hold on. Like, I'm literally gonna be looking through and, like, what does it remind me of? I don't know, there was something, like, recently came out that kind of made me think of it. Anyway, moving on. But, yeah, Yiba Edie, it's kind of bulky, you know, pretty useful, like, defensively. But I never really, you know, had the craving to play it. Its design never really, you know, spoke to me or hooked me in any way. Kind of reminded me of, like, kind of a really big gremlin elf. I guess it's, like, the ears. It's the twitching ears. That, like, I don't know. It's a little kind of weird to me. Kind of goblin-y. It's like an alien goblin. Oh, maybe it was Hygas that... Yeah, it does kind of remind me of Hygas, because I made a joke when I was testing Hygas that, Hygas was its weightlifting cousin. Or something like that. It's something silly. Yeah, Yiba... I don't know. I really don't feel strongly about Yiba. Either way... Like, for the 100-hour gacha, it's kind of Again, C tier. I'm not the biggest fan. Yiper. Yiper, I mean, for the 10-minute gacha, like, this is a cute little butterfly type insect guy. The flash ability is really annoying, but, you know, especially fun to annoy people with when you're playing as Yiper. It's pretty cute. And the fact that, like, you know, someone in the official Sonaria Discord, like, I think it's, like, their name is Pokebiscuit or something in Discord, they have, like, hundreds of Yiper species that they keep giving away. I think they have, like, they had 2,000 and now they're down to, like, 1,000 Yiper species because they keep giving away. It's like, oh, like, 250 or, like, 500 they gave away. It was something insane. And basically, like, I applaud them for it. So, you know what? They're doing the world a favor, and they're putting so many Yipers into the economy. And you know what? I think it's well-deserved. I think Yiper is, you know, high B tier. I think it's cute. Yeah, they gave away, like, 500 and then did, like, another, like, 250 or something. Yeah, they gave away like 1,000. Yosog. So Yosog, you know, another grounded creature with a breath, which is always good, especially, you know, to counter flyers and stuff like that. Yosog, I'm pretty sure, is decently bulky. Has decent attack and, like, decent weight and health. I think it was based on, you know, for Christmas, something like a Yeti was the idea. Yeah, snow frog. It looks like a snow frog. And I think that's pretty cute. It's not one of my favorite creature designs, and I've played it a handful of times. I think I actually got it to an adult, you know, like once. But, I don't know. It's like, you know, it's a casual enjoyment. Oh my god, Bumblebee Yosog, that's so funny. But, yeah, Yosog is just kind of, you know, it exists too. It's okay. It's neat. You know, like, B tier, I like it. Yeah, probably more than Lamako. Just vaguely. Okay, guys, last three. Oh boy. We've been here for a hot minute. Zethines. Zethines, for the longest time, I could not figure out what its design was. Like, what part was its, like, body, and, like, I mean, it's obvious now, but, like, its head and its body. Because I think it was the first new mission creature that came out when I first started playing. And I just, like, couldn't make sense of it in my head. But now it's, like, I don't know, I think it looks really cool. Like, the shapes, it's just so shaped. That's pretty much all there is to it. But, you know, decent bleed. Uh, Pretty fun to play as, I'd say. It's just kind of casual play. I've played it a handful of times, too. I don't think I like it enough to give it A tier, but maybe a little less than Valkyrs. Yeah. If you hear my dogs barking, no, you don't. It's fine. Zodok. So, from the past limited creatures, this is definitely my preference between the two. Like, one, I mean, like, I made a video of the Zodok, just, you know, like a funny little video. Zodok on land, and especially, like, in its early, like, its young age stages, is so funny. It's so wiggly. Like, I don't know, I was not expecting it to wiggle like that on land, but I think it's the only limbless creature, and you know what, I can appreciate that. I definitely appreciate the path, the trail that it's blazing, as, you know, is just a water snake. So, like, and with the water breath, I think it's, you know, it's fun to spam, but I think water breath is one of my least favorite breaths. So, Zodok, where did I put Valkyrs? I like it a little more than Leviathan and Fiends. And our final creature, until, you know, the final reveal of, like, the full tier list, Zuku. God, I really hope I didn't forget any creatures, otherwise I'm gonna be so frustrated. Anyway, Zuku. So, the second Robux Gotcha creature, which I think, you know, definitely, like, more powerful than the Rukig. It's, like, tier 3 glider, has a golden breath. And I mean, just in general, I really like the plushy aesthetic of the Robux Gotcha, which I think is going to be continued with the most recently revealed Robux creature design. It was like Articane or something, like the Thalassophobia unicorn. Anyway, the point is that the plushy aesthetic I just really enjoy. It's a lizard horned dog, kind of. Yeah, it's just cute. That's all there is to it. And, you know, it's also, you know, very annoying to go against. Like, it has a lot of potential that you can use if you actually not so much want to fight people, but, you know, you can gang up on someone as Zuku's and, you know, blast them with golden breath, blur their vision, and just be an overall menace. So, I think the final placement, Zuku, I think mid A tier, kind of, you know, honestly, yeah, it can go, you know, right next to Rukig. I do enjoy them both quite a bit. I think Zuku has, you know, a little more potential just in as a glider in higher tier than Rukig. But yeah. So that is every freaking creature officially released into the game, Creatures of Sonaria, as of now, ranked. See if we can get a good look in here now. So yeah, so my top mains, Yagunhel, Uvius, Ghibli, Helion Boreal, Relikai, and Kiwin. Like, top favorites, you know, have a special place in my heart. All these, you know, A tier are definitely, you know, I very much enjoy them. Not enough to be mains, but, you know, are probably, you know, the creatures that I most often play as, just on my lonesome or for any given reason. B tier, not very strong feelings, but, you know, they're not bad. So, I enjoy them, you know, at least a little bit in design or in gameplay. C tier, not really a big fan, either design or gameplay. Might find their gameplay kind of boring. F tier, I like, attack on sight. I enjoy destroying these creatures and need to see them dead. And Gino tier is Jeff, and I'm slapping Gino's bald head. So yeah, I could definitely put this in the Discord just to show with you guys. I'm probably putting like game images in the official Discord too. But yeah, so definitely gonna show this. I've spent, what is it, like 3 hours and some minutes on it now, but god. This took way more time than I thought it would, but you know what? It was worth it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys and just chatting about, like, random creature opinions and stuff. I wasn't, obviously being too in-depth about it or, like, actually going into the stats. One, because I'm not that knowledgeable of every creature in the game, But otherwise, we'd be here for, like, another, like, 3 whole hours, so it's fine. But, with that, I guess that's pretty much the end of the show. It's about dinner time for me. And, running out of steam here. But, like, to those of you who have, stuck with me throughout the entire tier list, I saw a few of you people, in here, like, Godspeed to you guys. Thank you for your, your dedication. I love you too, Mortis. I'm taking your kidney, but I'll give you my heart in return, promise. Mwah. But, yeah. I will see you guys later. I'll be posting this on my Discord, which, by the way, the link to my Discord server is in the description of this live stream. So, hop in if you want to. We have, like, giveaways and stuff, and you can just hang out. We have a really good community going on in there. But, yeah, I'll post that in the Discord, and I'll call it a day for now. So I will see you guys in the next one.